Have fun.
The Voyager. Alright, are you excited? Are you as excited as I am?
Hungry.
New year, new SCPs.
Give me food.
That's fair, actually. Did you eat anything?
I grabbed something on my way.
Okay. You didn't need to, like, rush. We needed to, like...
I woke up, saw it was 6:50, and said, yeah, I'll be there.
Okay, yeah. We could have, like, waited 30 minutes if you wanted to get some proper food.
I mean, I've got something, but...
It's a little too late now.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, gonna be for stream, guys?
Alright, stream. I've had enough. I'm quitting.
I'm firing Helix.
No! Who does my channel go to if I die? Or does it just... Do we just, like, retire it?
Presumably we give it to Otis.
No, Otis doesn't have a clue on how to run, like, an actual stream.
Oh, and Junior does.
I trust Junior. Junior's a diva. He knows when he's on camera.
Yeah, but does he know the intricacies of Twitch?
I doubt it.
I say as if there are interests.
He'd probably say some very controversial stuff.
I say as if Twitch is actually, like, complicated. It's just stupid.
I don't think Otis understands what a screen is.
It's like a mirror, right?
Yeah, kind of. I don't think he understands mirrors either. Not in, like, the way where he, like, jumps at his reflection or anything. More so, like, he cannot comprehend that that's something. There's that thing there.
What is that thing?
Like, he's incapable of... The light cannot hit his eyeballs, indicating that there's a reflection happening. Why are you on a different account, WeFit?
Wow.
Oh, well. I'm gonna go ahead and start reading this one. I think I've bided enough time. Item number, SCP-2000. Great start. 206. Object class, Euclid. Special containment procedures. As SCP-206 is currently unable to be secured, an information suppression plan has been put into effect to conceal its existence. Frequencies known to be used by SCP-206 are to be monitored, and all images related to Earth via other probes or satellites deleted from non-Foundation assets after they have been retrieved. Technology and astronomy websites, journals, and periodicals are to be monitored for its discussion of the rover or the receipt of unusual photographs. See document 206 AA-12 for a complete list. Persons who become aware of the existence of SCP-206 are to be administered amnestics. Update 311 or 3011 2000 something. As orbital observation of SCP-206 has proven possible, agents within satellite and aerial imaging organizations are directed to keep watch for instances of SCP-206 and remove the images concerned. Deployment of image corruption cover story suggested. Description: SCP-206 is a Martian exploratory rover, designation Invictus, launched on 12/08/2000 redacted. As part of a joint Russian Space Research Institute/European Space Agency effort. Exact object specifications are listed in document 206 AA-1. Despite a successful launch aboard Soyuz FG rocket, telemetry data was lost on 16/01/2000 redacted. Roughly halfway to Mars. Attempts to re-establish communication failed, and on 10/02/2000 redacted, craft was declared lost. On 08/06/2000 redacted, a day after Invictus was planned to arrive on the Martian surface, a connection was established with ESA flight control on the rover's assigned frequency. Before terminating at the source, 38 photographs were transmitted, appearing to show views of the expected landing zone in the Victoria crater. 3 days later, a further batch of 11 images was received, showing a drastically different location, later determined to be in the Cydonia Mensae, roughly 2,500 kilometers due south. The Foundation was informed of the incidents by operatives at the ESA shortly thereafter and moved to investigate. Containment procedures were instituted on 21/06/2000 redacted when ESA Control received a batch of 5 images showing panoramic views of the Martian surface, apparently taken from its satellite Deimos. However, how the rover, which as designed is rated at maximum speed of 90 meters per hour on flat ground, traveled between these locations is currently unknown. SCP-206 contacts Earth sporadically, utilizing its original channel, that of redacted. Once a connection is established, it uploads a number of images in varying formats. Pictures received do not always correspond to the hardware originally installed on Invictus, though the signature and session initiation packets match those programmed. Tracking stations have received a total of redacted images. A large number of these images, roughly 38%, appear to have been taken on Earth, or worlds similar to it, differing in some detail. The remaining photographs seem to have been taken on or in the region of various celestial bodies, only a small percentage of which are currently identified. Periods between transmission vary considerably. The shortest registered to date is 26 hours, the longest is 511 hours. Despite visual confirmation of the existence of something resembling the rover, see Addendum 206-1, no trace of it has been found in the received images, even when the scene includes a reflective surface. Further, a number of photographs show locations exceedingly difficult, if not impossible, for a rover the size and shape of Invictus to access. Addendum 206-1. At the time containment procedures were instituted, it was unknown whether the transmissions originated from the probe itself or if an unknown entity had simply co-opted the frequency and was impersonating the rover. However, on 13/08/2000 redacted, SCP-206 transmitted a photograph of what was identified as a portion of a lunar ranging retroreflector. Nearby orbital assets were retasked to survey the relevant regions, revealing tracks closely resembling those a rover the size and shape of Invictus could be expected to leave. On 30/11/2000 redacted, Japanese lunar orbiter Selene captured the vehicle itself during a camera calibration session over the Copernicus crater. 4 hours later, SCP-206 uploaded a new image showing a view of the same region. Since then, SCP-206 has been captured by several satellites in various locales. See Sighting Log SCP-206. Addendum 206-2. Though SCP-206 generally uses redacted, on at least 5 occasions, images have been transmitted to or via civilian or military space assets. No connection between the image sets in question has been found. See Incident Log SCP-206 for more details. You ate all the snacks you prepared for today before the stream even started. That's a shame.
Yeah, they were delicious.
Hi, Ridge. Hi, Dottie.
Hello.
I like imagining that we've been just prepped like just all different kinds of like little snacks and stuff, and they ate them all. Not just like one little thing. You've got some like
Nikocado style platter.
You got a whole platter for stream. Some popcorn, some chips, some like over here we got some nuts and crackers.
15 pounds of Takis.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh wow.
I'm going to just omit the dates. I think I'm gonna go like
They're
set
all
of
in the
images
2000s.
I'm gonna go set 1, set 2, set 3, set 2, like so on and so forth. This is a list of all different sets of images sent by said rover, SCP-206. Set 1. The image sent appears to document SCP-206's landing on Mars. Image 1 shows a view of the Victoria crater looking to the northeast from approximately 3 kilometers above the surface. Images 2 through 37 show the same region at continually decreasing altitudes. Image 38 seems to have been taken at ground level, roughly 500 meters southwest of the mission's intended landing point. Set 2. Mars, Sidonian Mensae. Ugh. Set 3. Exo-atmospheric view of Mars. Based on the alignment of celestial bodies in the local cluster, the image was taken from Deimos. Set 4. The first single image set, showing the rear of the Spirit rover, which was, at the time, traversing the Gusev crater. No anomalous readings or images were reported from Spirit. Set 5. Ruins of the Temple of Mars Altar, Rome, Italy. This is the first image sent by SCP-206 that shows a place on Earth. Set 6. Single image
Can we
showing
actually
the...
click on to look at it better?
What?
Can we actually click on the little image to look at it better?
Maybe. Nope, that's all you get.
Nope. Damn, that sucks. Like, I understand it's probably stock photo, but still, would have been nice flavor.
Wait, were we on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Okay.
That one.
Set 6. Single image showing the top left portion of a lunar ranging retroreflector, later identified as belonging to Apollo 15. Image displays qualities consistent with being taken by a Hasselblad 500 EL data camera, a device not fitted to Invictus. Set 7. Various views of Mount Rushmore, South Dakota, USA. Set 8. Stern portion of a sunken ship. Letters L, S, T, and N are readable. Set 9.
Listen.
Racetrack Playa, Death Valley, USA. Image shows the trace of one of the sailing stones, judging by the lower part of the image, as well as the stone's trajectory. The image seems to have been taken from one of the sailing stones. Set 10? I'm losing count. 29 boxes with light bulbs. The place was not actually determined. Judging by the doors, it is a subway entrance in one of the Northern Hemisphere cities. Set 11.
How?
Huh.
How?
How?
What? What?
It's a box of 29 boxes of light bulbs.
I like how they were able to determine Northern Hemisphere, and that's it. Somehow.
It might be like we don't get enough information. Based off of like
No,
time
we
of
don't.
day, they might have more than just the date and they just don't say it. Time of day and what time the image was like sent could be like used to kind of tell part of where it is.
Fucking knows.
Jay, who knows? It's fucking SCP. Set 12. A metal construction of a humanoid figure on a horse-like, four-legged creature. Both the rider and the horse seem to be composed of multiple small details. Set 13. Tractor, later identified as a universal model, on the porch of the Belgorod Regional Study Museum in Russia. Set 13. 13 images show a funeral mass in a church, later determined to be St. Jerome, Nordwijk, Netherlands. The rest depict a burial of a man in the aforementioned church. Graveyard. The man was later determined to be, redacted, chief structural engineer of the Invictus Mars rover project. Set 14. Gravestone of Redacted. The images smudged by some dark liquid stains were present on the camera lens at the time of filming. Later investigation found SCP-206 tracks near the grave and 2 redacted of unknown breed. What? Flowers?
It's fine.
I'm assuming it's flowers.
Pretty sure.
15. Set 15. Mount Rushmore with the face of Jefferson Davis instead of Abraham Lincoln. One of the first photographs to depict an Earth different from the original. Set 16. Moscow Kremlin. The image appears to be taken from the Greater Stone Bridge. The walls and towers are white, although judging by the vegetation and people caught on film, the time the image was taken is inconsistent with the time it was received. So they do have times. Set 17. A small football field. Exact location unknown. It should be noted that all people and some object depicted are lacking shadows. Set 18. Taj Mahal, Agra, India. Judging by the perspective, the image was taken from the main spire. The structure doesn't look any different from the one we know, but the domes are adorned with gilded symbols that don't belong to any known alphabet. Set 19. The moon, Copernicus crater. Japanese space probe Kaguya was caught. There has caught SCP-206 on camera here approximately the same time. Set 20. Redacted. Set 21. Primary coolant unit, or circuit of a nuclear reactor from the inside. Set 22. Redacted. Set 23. Temple of Khafra Giza. God, I hate other place names. Egypt. Judging by the perspective the image was taken from the Great Sphinx's nasal bridge. Set 24. 2 broken TV sets with a house cat, sitting on one of them looking sideways. 25. A deceased man lying in what looks like a coffin. The man was presumed to be Redacted Redactor, a known actor, but at the moment the image was taken, he was alive. Set 27. A scattering flock of doves. The place was later recognized to be the Cathedral Square, Belgorod, Russia. 28. A lot of dead fish in an unknown place. 29. A view of a tank driver's seat. The interior looks like a Maus super heavy tank, but a lot more modding. 30 is redacted. 31. An architectural ensemble that looks like Forum of Augustus, Rome, Italy, but in pristine condition. One of the photographs depicts an electronic display installed next to the building, presumed to be the Mars Altar Temple. The image shows some text on an unknown dialect of Chinese scrolling onto display. Partial translation reads, "Hail, Mars the Savior, great helmsman who led Redacted and raised the Celestial Empire. Redacted, 100 flowers redacted. May your spear strike redacted shields to cover us." Set, I don't fucking know, 33. Interior of the Kostis Church, Kutna Hora, Czech Republic. The interior looks like the actual church, but some of the skulls can be seen having 3 eye sockets. 34. A view of Lopan River from the window of Kharkov National University building. Judging by the perspective, the building is at least 10 stories taller than the actual one, although the background corresponds to the date the picture was taken. Okay. I really like that it was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna, like, get up in this guy's coffin and take a picture of him.
The one that kind of interested me was the nuclear reactor one, because I looked into it, and the one immediately following it was only 2 days, well, potentially only 2 days before Fukushima.
Oh.
Like, the year is redacted, but it was March 11th when Fukushima happened.
Wait a minute.
I don't think that's what they were going for, because the cooling reactor one is all the way on, like, January 11th, but that's still a fun coincidence, I think.
March 11th is my birthday.
He looks like bad news.
No.
You're responsible for that.
I know there's no new emojis we fit. I'm sorry. Who is Rainbolt? I don't know who Rainbolt is, but I choose to believe you that they could do it easy.
He's the GeoGuessr guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, I have a feeling we're in Germany. Alright, this is a pretty classic one.
Wow.
I assume you'll take this one more?
No.
Oh, okay. Would you like me to take it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Alright, give me a sec.
What's that? That's the thing from Secret Laboratory.
Is that Coca-Cola from circa 1926?
The good stuff.
Or whatever the fuck it was. Original recipe? I forget what the cutoff point was.
80s.
Genuinely? No, it couldn't have been that late.
Maybe 90s.
I refuse to believe that. Anyways. Cocaine, later removed. I'm more so asking when they changed the recipe to not have Coke in it. Okay, 1903. I was a tad late.
Stop, yeah. Alright, cool. Anyway, read the SC. Hold on, wait.
No.
This SCP is going to be about either it's going to be either about the Coke from 1927 or the secret ingredient. I don't think it. Indirectly, yeah, sure. Alright, go ahead,
The
Morgan.
secret ingredient is still crack. Coke. Anyway. Item number SCP-207. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-207 is to be stored in a waterproofed locking metal container measuring 1 meter by 0.5 by 0.5 meters. The key is to be issued to the current head researcher of Site Redacted's biocontainment area. SCP-207 is to be retained inside this area at all times, and all personnel entering the area should be checked for any food or drink items in addition to any searches required. Any staff seen ingesting SCP-207-1 are to be retained for further study, with all Foundation clearance levels removed. All vending machines in Site Redacted are to only dispense clear carbonated beverages. Any variations from transparent is to be investigated immediately. Description: SCP-207 refers to a crate containing 24 Coca-Cola brand cola drinks. Bottles are designated SCP-207A to X. SCP-207-B is currently the active bottle for testing, and no other bottles are to be opened without authorization from 2 Level 4 researchers. All bottles have been clearly labeled to aid identification. The liquid held inside of these has been confirmed to be identical across all of SCP-207 and should be not ingested outside of supervised testing. The liquid has been classified as SCP-207-1 and will be treated as a Class 2 chemical hazard. SCP-207-1 does not appear to alter with age. However, the active testing bottle should have its protective cover kept on outside of removing liquid for testing. Mass spectrometry... Motherfucker. Mass spectroscopy and chemical tests have shown higher than usual concentrations of caffeine and sugars, both natural and artificial, along with redacted. Practical effect of this when a subject drinks SCP-207-1, they will effectively no longer require sleep or rest, nor attempt to sleep or rest. This effect is not lessened by any sulfuric or medication yet tested on test subjects. However, only a quantity larger than 5 milliliters will cause this effect. The reason for this lower boundary existing has not been found, although it is hypothesized by Dr. C that redacted. Thanks, I'm so glad.
Incredible.
As such, unless authorized by 2 Level 3 researchers, only 5 milliliters of SCP-207-1 is to be used for testing. Amounts higher than this have shown no difference in effect, with the exception of subject SCP-207 was recovered from redacted. Okay. In addition to removing the need for rest, SCP-207-1 also causes an increase in motor, reaction, and physiological functions. The increase is linear in progression, with an estimated 50% increase measured from standard medical protocols, plus or minus 5% every 6 hours. The practical application of ingestion is that the subject is able to think, react, and move faster than others who have not ingested SCP-207-1. Mental proficiency showed the IQ of the subject to rise in line with other increases. However, SCP-207 does not alter the body of affected subjects. Physiology remains unchanged, and as such can rarely support the increase in activity. No subjects have lasted longer than 48 hours during testing, with the cause of death varying from massive internal organ failure to exsanguination due to major artery ruptures. Subjects also begin to show stress after roughly 24 hours, usually making each motion extremely carefully in order to avoid accidents. Tests SCP-207 Alpha and Rho have showed that after approximately 24 hours, the increase caused by SCP-207-1 means subjects can easily underestimate their speed. Most specifically, in test 207-Rho, the subject was able to escape the containment area despite a 5-meter wall. However, this caused the subject's internal bone structure redacted. Presumably he exploded, right?
He exploded.
Like he jumped so hard he shattered his legs and probably cracked his skull on the way down. What?
So far, it literally
What?
is just cocaine cola.
Addendum 207. SCP-207 was recovered from redacted college. Yeah, probably. After reports of students moving from failing grades in all areas, including physical sports, to top percentile marks, and record-breaking performances in physical areas. Agent Redacted, embedded in local police force, brought Redacted in for interview. Subject revealed the existence of SCP-207 during the interview. However, escape attempt while Class A amnestics were being administered for stolen in the sun, and the subject violently, Cause of death, organ failure due to massive internal hemorrhage. Yeah. As SCP-207-A was empty on recovery, it is believed ingesting a full bottle redacted. Yeah. I wish you would even begin to tell me. But, you know, that's fine. SCP-207 recovered from subject's home. SCP-207-A already empty. Redacted reported to local police force as missing person. No further cause for surveillance of redacted college required at this time.
Yeah. I like imagining, they mentioned at the start, that only one bottle is to be opened at a time and like 5 milliliters used for testing, and I'm like, these poor guys, it's gonna be flat.
Like, unbelievably flat. Holy
There's
shit.
no carbonation left there. This is gonna be awful. It's just super sugar water.
Wait, no, it implies it doesn't alter with age, so maybe it keeps its carbonation.
I
somehow.
mean, I think that mostly means it doesn't rot or go bad. The carbonation
I mean, presumably,
would just be
yeah,
like,
but
I think the
the
carbonation
phrasing
could
is
still
also
be
vague
used.
enough.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah, I don't have any cola either. I only have Pepsi. Shame. Oh, this is another small one. You can take this one too, since the...
If you would stop being pixely, Christ. Item number: SCP-208, Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. Due to his docile manner, minimum containment procedures are to be applied to SCP-208.
Hold on.
SCP-208...
I really
Yes,
like
Caleb.
the docile manner and then looking at the image.
He seems docile to me.
He's really docile.
SCP-208 is to be housed in a 10-meter by 10-meter room decorated in traditional Egyptian style, furnished with a single couch and a stereo system stocked with music of North African origin of any era. Surveillance is to be maintained during all movement outside of containment. SCP-208 is approved to operate at Site-17's medical wing. Description: SCP-208 appears to be a short, stout man of Egyptian heritage, possessing a great deal of hair over much of his body. Along with his brow is a mane similar to a lion's in shape and color, which grows down to a significant beard. SCP-208 typically wears an Egyptian tunic, similar to that of the typical Old Kingdom military, although occasionally this is replaced by modern military fatigues. SCP-208 is capable of inducing rapid cellular regeneration and reconfiguration within organic life forms, which amounts to the ability to quickly and effectively heal most physical ailments. This is performed by a unique form of electromagnetic radiation released from SCP-208's body, which acts on a wavelength that oscillates with 4 degrees of freedom rather than 3. The electromagnetic radiation displays unusual pulse phenomena. Furthermore, the energy of the radiation decays over distance in a fashion incomprehensible with the inverse squared model. This radiation is emitted from SCP-208 naturally in small doses and can be released in greater amounts when focused. Personnel have noted that being near SCP-208 provokes a feeling of wellness and ease, making him quite popular with the security staff. This radiation also possesses the ability of warding off ill intent, to the point of acting as a physical barrier to naturally malicious beings. That's hilarious. Step into my zone of radiation.
Show up to
bitch.
682.
Ooh. Yeah, drop 208 on him, see what happens. Let's see. Where was I? What causes this is unknown, but MRI scanning of Class D personnel taken from death row in the presence of SCP-208 detected an unidentified pattern of neurons firing. This activity coincided with a feeling of extreme unease on behalf of the subject as he tried to flee the secure containment chamber. It is speculated that the neural activity activates the acute stress response in human subjects, stimulating the fight or flight instinct. What causes it to affect non-human subjects is still unknown. Despite its appearance, SCP-208 is jovial and friendly to staff and enjoys the company of others. Due to his good behavior and willingness to cooperate, SCP-208 has been permitted access to most common areas within Site-17, known to most staff as BESS. SCP-208 has been adopted as an assistant in the medical wing of Site-17, a position he seems to have fit into naturally. SCP-208 is also fond of children and has been noted to be very protective of what he considers the innocent. The only thing to inspire aggressive behavior from SCP-208 has been snakes, for which he has expressed a deep hatred.
I don't know if this is like based on anything. I don't know if this is like some Egyptian god or something, but it is really funny to think he just doesn't like snakes.
He's
He
just a chill
dislikes
guy,
them.
but if you show him a snake, he will fucking kill it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah, Bess is a unique dwarf-like Egyptian protective deity. Okay,
Yeah, that checks out.
cool.
Why would he hate snakes?
Don't worry about it, it's fine. He looks like an absolute creature.
Hold on, I gotta see this.
Look at him on Wikipedia. Egyptian god. You have to. Or wait, no, I think that's in there. Yeah. Look at his picture.
I don't know if I can show this.
Oh, shut up. Just click off it quick. But yeah, he's just a guy.
Jugs.
A jug with his face on it.
Trying to see if there's any mention of snakes. Like, oh yeah, he got into a war with Yermangander or some bullshit.
I mean, probably not Jormungandr.
I know. I was just saying a snake.
No, I just like the idea of this fucking rock and stone over here going toe to toe with the bringer of Ragnarok.
It's God of War, baby.
Okay, apologies.
You're fine.
SCP-208 was originally discovered in redacted Egypt during a search for SCP-redacted along the Nile River. While SCP agents began digging into sediment in the Nile Delta, Dr. Redacted spotted a foot sticking out of the riverbed. Further excavation revealed that it was connected to a great block of granite, recovered and brought to Sector Redacted. SCP-208 was exhumed from the stone after surprising a researcher who discovered that he was still alive. After examination had been concluded, SCP-208 was moved to Site-17 as a safe class SCP.
He was in a rock.
Addendum 208-A. Comparison testing of SCP-500 shows that it still serves as a much more effective cure. SCP-208 commented that he still tells better jokes. Huge. I love this guy. I love him so much.
I love him. Again, any...
I like how he's like the personification of an Egyptian god. He's just chilling.
I really do like any SCP that doesn't show like the Foundation as like a cold, unflinching, you stay in the box or you'll be punished kind of like. If you're willing to cooperate, like, and you're not super dangerous, they'll try to like at least make your life not miserable. That's the kind of Foundation I know and love. Like, they do put protecting people first, but at the same time, it's like they don't want to just be cruel for the sake of cruelty.
It's really important that the Foundation is shown to be gray, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, people will be people, for better or worse. What the hell is this?
This is the next one.
Oh, man, I couldn't have told.
But yeah, I really like when the Foundation is shown like that.
Yeah, just I love the implication that a bunch of sites have a bunch of little guys just running around.
Yeah.
I like how this
very...
one. I like how
Sorry,
this one gets kept in a storage locker.
A fair number of them are, which is really funny to me. Like,
Yeah.
obviously they're in like a special storage locker, probably. Like,
We don't know if this one's sentient or not.
Yeah, they do have a
It'd be pretty cruel if they put a sentient guy in a fucking locker.
I mean, yeah.
Alright. Item number SCP-209. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-209 is to be held in a 0.5 meter by 0.5 meter by 0.5 meter pressure sealed storage locker, insulated to prevent any potential aroma from release to the surrounding area. Access to SCP-209 is limited to a single Class 2 or higher staff member for any transport. A standard security detail should accompany any transport of SCP-209 at a distance of at least 23 meters. No more than one human subject of any classification should be within the minimum safe distance of 20 meters of SCP-209 at any time outside of research, trials, testing, or setting. As current hypothesis regarding the function of SCP-209's active phase indicate enticement to use through olfactory manipulation of some kind, any staff assigned to research, trial, or security detail should be equipped with personal air filtration devices rated at Foundation standards of at least Euclid 3, HEPA filter, oil resistant. Research has approved the use of the Prototype Modular Keycard System, SCP Passport, for SCP-209 storage locking mechanism. The keycard for SCP-209 storage is modified with a proximity alarm and deactivation protocol to enforce the single user-only containment mandate. If more than one human subject is detected in the proximity of both the keycard device and lock, a Level 1 containment breach alarm will be sounded and the locking system disabled to prevent removal of SCP-209 from its storage locker. Description: SCP-209 appears to be a single malt Scotch tumbler, 10 centimeters in height and with an 8 centimeter diameter at its widest point. The tumbler shows no manufacturer's marks, but does indicate signs of moderate to heavy use and light wear, including a small chip missing from the rim. When not in the possession of a human subject, the tumbler contains approximately 88 to 91 milliliters of an unknown golden brown translucent liquid. This liquid cannot be siphoned, spilled, drained, evaporated, or otherwise removed from SCP-209 by any means other than a human subject taking hold of the tumbler and consuming the liquid. All activator subjects debriefed following a sampling of the liquid produced by SCP-209 report it to be alcoholic in nature and providing a sense of warmth, self-assurance, and general well-being. This effect has proven to be highly addictive, with methadone therapy currently holding the highest rates of success for detoxification from SCP-209's effects. For SCP-209 to enter its active phase, 3 conditions must be met. At least 2 human subjects must be within 20 meters of SCP-209. At least one of the human subjects must have a normal functioning sense of smell and detect SCP-209's aroma. Anosmic test subjects have been unable to initiate the active phase. The subject who first detected the odor of SCP-209 must take possession of the tumbler and consume any amount of the liquid within it, hereafter activator subject. Once these conditions are met, SCP-209 enters its active phase. The activator subject will immediately seek a relaxing or comfortable position in which to finish the liquid in SCP-209 at a leisurely pace. Any other human subject within 20 meters of the activator subject, hereby prey subject, will be locked into 2 distinct physical parameters for the duration of the active phase. Prey subject will be physically incapable of moving more than 20 meters away from the activator once ingestion has begun. Prey subjects will be physically incapable of moving closer than 1 meter to the activator once ingestion has begun. All current attempts at moving any prey subject beyond these boundaries while living have met with failure. Any human subject entering the 20-meter sphere of 209's influence after the activator and prey subjects have been established are not affected. Any descriptive word or phrase used in reference to SCP-209 by the activator subject during the active phase will physically reflect upon the prey subject in a variety of ways. See Experiment Logs 209-6.2 through 209-33.8 for details. Activator subjects seem aware of both the boundary restrictions imposed on prey subject as well as the physical effect of their descriptive language, but no matter the scale of physical harm or distress inflicted upon prey subjects, activator subjects seem to retain a light, amused demeanor. It is theorized that the effects SCP-209 inflicts on prey subjects is intended as a form of entertainment for the activator subject to enjoy while experiencing 209's effects. When the activator subject has consumed all the liquid within SCP-209, both boundary parameters are nullified. If still capable of motion, former prey subjects can and do flee the area with as much speed as possible. The activator subject will immediately become confused by the now empty SCP-209 and attempt to refill it with any available liquid. If the activator is successful in filling SCP-209 with approximately 88 to 91 milliliters of any liquid, it will transmute into another glass of golden brown translucent alcohol, and the cycle begins again provided there is another potential prey subject in range. If SCP-209 will exit the active phase and remain empty and inert for approximately 79 hours before refilling itself by unknown means to potentially begin a new active phase. Addendum. Experiment Log 209-18.4. 3 D-Class subjects appropriated for testing. 25 meter by 6 meter room furnished with a single steel folding chair and SCP-209. Activator subject designated D-Act. Prey subject designated D-Prey-1, D-Prey-2. Log begins 122 seconds following D-Act ingestion of SCP-209. Honestly, hold on, I'm going to stop here a moment. Really appreciate them signing actual, fucking referrals to these, D-Class instead of just being, D143870. Thank you for being this is Prey 1, this is Prey 2, this is the Activator. Huge W for that.
I mean, for something like this, yeah, but obviously Expedition D-Class could probably just be a number.
Yeah. Alright. Okay, 122 seconds. Activator seats himself in the single chair provided in the room. Prey 1 approaches the Activator. Prey 2 begins exploring the room's boundaries. 188 seconds. Prey 1 discovers the inner boundary and is unable to approach Activator. 194 seconds. Prey 2 discovers the outer boundary and is unable to reach the eastern wall. 227 seconds. Prey 1 begins shouting obscenities and attempts to strike Activator. No effect. Prey 2 attempts to map the outer boundary. 255 seconds. Activator describes 209 as smoky. 258 seconds. Prey 1 begins coughing violently. Prey 2 approaches. 284 seconds. Prey 1 collapses, racked with violent coughs. An unknown black smoke-like gas is expelled from his mouth with each cough. Prey 2 attempts to approach Activator. Activator describes SCP-209 as smooth. 302 seconds. I'm just gonna start skipping the seconds. Time is passing in between each of these, a couple seconds at a time. It's a series of events. That's how time works. Alright. Activator describes SCP-209 as smooth. Prey 2 appears to begin sweating profusely. Prey 1 continues coughing spasms. Expulsion of smoke-like substances continues from mouth, nose, and eyes. Prey 2, exuding a thick layer of viscous, near-frictionless substance from all pores. Substance has eroded clothing and apparently the first layer of epidermis. Prey 2 was unable to remain standing, falls, and attempts to staunch the flow of unknown substance from his pores. Prey 1 apparently expired. Smoke-like substance continues to vent from mouth, nose, eyes. That's it. Activator applauds intermittently. Viscous substance exuded from Prey 2 has eroded 2 additional layers of skin. Wounds approximate to 2nd and 3rd degree burns. Prey 2 expresses desire to be terminated. Request denied. Activator appears fixated on the remaining liquid of SCP-209. Prey 2 expires. Substance appears to cease exuding from pores. Prey 1 ceases to expel smoke-like substance. Activator continues drinking 209. Activator consumes the last of SCP-209, immediately stands and rushes to the body of Prey 1, begins clawing at the corpse with left hand, while maintaining hold of 209 with the right. Researchers determined that Activator is attempting to refill 209 with blood from the corpse of Prey 1. Per orders, one security staff member enters and neutralizes activator, recovering SCP-209 still in its empty state. Okay.
Wow.
Not a lot left to the imagination on this one, I think.
I imagine it's a pretty hard balance to strike, though.
Yeah. So wait, smelling can trigger it?
Yeah.
I kind of like don't understand how, unless it just like compels them to try and drink it.
Pretty much, as far as I was able to gather. It's basically just a lure.
Yeah. Oh, this one's really fucking small. I can finish this before. No, I can't. There's like 2 minutes till an ad break. There was something else I wanted to say about it, but I just completely forgot. I'm trying to remember. I cannot remember what I was. I swear I had a thought. I swear I had a thought about this.
I like how SC Passport probably stands for Secure Contained Passport.
They just thought it'd be funny.
They thought it would be a fun bit.
They thought it'd be fun bit.
I also like the
hear
idea
about
that
what
it
they call
doesn't
the
stand for
porta
anything.
potties. They're the SC porta potties. Or is it just
I do
SC
like the-
potty?
I do just like the idea that the SCP Foundation will just name shit after their foundation, like this fucking bat credit card situation.
I've gotten so tired. I wasn't tired
Yeah.
at all before we started this, but it's been like 40 minutes and I feel like I could pass out.
Holy shit, it's been 40 minutes.
Yeah, 47 actually. It's almost been an hour.
God. That was fast.
Alright. I cannot for the life of me think whatever I was thinking about. Oh well. I'll read this one too. Item number SB210. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. The property containing SCP-210 has been designated as Site Redacted. The primary responsibility of guards on Site Redacted is to prevent entry by trespassers and maintain the cover story detailed in Document 210-1. The servants' quarters adjacent to SCP-210 have been deemed safe for human habitation and may be used for on-site housing. A remotely controlled vehicle is to be sent into SCP-210 on a monthly basis to catalog any changes. I just remembered, WeFit, you had like an SCP you wanted us to read. If you're still here and you want us to do that next, like, let me know somehow. I'd still prefer if you used like the activity thing or the point redeem, because that's just main reason for that is me knowing that you want your SCP read next. Alright. Description. SCP-210 is a two-story mansion flooded to a depth of 4.3 meters with an unknown fluid substance. The substance designated SCP-210-1 possesses a refractive index nearly identical to water. This fluid is invisible from the outside of SCP-210 and does not flow out of SCP-210 if a door or window is opened. Any living creature that comes into contact with SCP-210-1 enters a sleep-like state and begins drifting through SCP-210-1 as if neutrally buoyant. Beings trapped in this manner are designated SCP-210-2. To date, redacted instances of SCP-210-2 have been cataloged by remote means. Instances of SCP-210-2 emit a constant stream of bubbles as if exhaling, despite no source of air being identified, and subjects appearing to breathe as normal. Subjects have been noted to move through SCP-210-1 slowly as if dancing. It has not been determined if this is under the power of the subjects or if microcurrents within SCP-210-1. SCP-210 came to the attention of the Foundation when an agent embedded in the Redacted County Police Department received a number of related missing persons reports. Mobile Task Force Iota-12, damn feds, was dispatched to intercept the investigations. The disappearances were quickly traced to a party held at SCP-10 on Redacted, with several subsequent disappearances resulting from persons undergoing private investigations. 2 team members were lost on initial contact with SCP-210, the first when entering through the front door, and the second while attempting to recover the first. The full documentation of this investigation can be found in Document 210-1. Addendum 210-1. Attempts to remove SCP-210-2 from SCP-210-1 had failed, as instances of SCP-210-2, which reach the edge of SCP-210-1, will not travel any further. Instances of 210-2 cannot be damaged. This property extends to clothing, evidenced by remote attempts to harvest sample material. Furniture and other inanimate objects within SCP-210-1 behave as if in normal atmospheric conditions, and may be removed from the residence. Removed items show no anomalies. Addendum 210-2. The remote observation of SCP-210 on Redacted was unable to locate SCP-210-207. We have been completely unable to locate 210-7 on subsequent observations. A request has been placed for tracking devices in case of further disappearances. Just a house full of water that's not water, it's weird water. Shimmer. It's a house full of shimmer.
Ah!
Also, WeFit has not responded, so I'm assuming they've fallen asleep.
This is so sad.
Oh. Alright, this is just like that one part of Don.
It's a cave.
Alright, I believe this one's yours.
You're welcome to think that. Alright. Item number SCP-211. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. Because of the suburban location of SCP-211, the surrounding neighborhood has been vacated through intentional introduction of pollutive industry and redistricting to promote NIMBY sentiment.
I'm sorry to stop you in the middle of one. That is really funny. Let's just put a fucking plant here. Fuck you.
They made it into a dead oil town. That's fucking hilarious.
I had something to say about the last one. The damn feds.
Yeah. That's
Oh god. It's so crazy to think of MTF teams because like they go in not knowing anything about the anomaly they're dealing with sometimes. The amount of casualties has to be insane.
like, because you have to remember, sure, the MTF teams might be thematically appropriate, but they still don't know what the fuck they're getting into. Like, the best ones equipped for what they do is probably, like, tunnel rats. Because they're specifically designed for, like, close quarters bullshittery and long-term survival.
Yeah.
But, like, imagine damn feds getting sent into, like, some... what was the one SCP that... The architect?
Yeah,
Not the architect, but like the cardboard box that was probably a result of the architect.
That, yeah.
Like the one that kept expanding shit. Yeah, that.
That's crazy.
Just any anomalous space could be a fucking death sentence to anyone.
It's like, I wonder if they're constantly, like, filtering people in and out of these MTFs. Like, oh, 2 died.
Well, they have to be, right?
2 new people trained up in the background ready to go in, take their places. Like, how many times do you think the full list of people on this MTF have been just wiped? When an MTF does, like, fully just die, they just put new people onto the same classification. Like, hey, you're the
Well,
new
yeah, it's just a
MTF
training
damn
regiment that they're given, I have to assume.
Yeah.
And I refuse to believe that there's only like one squadron. Sure, there might be like one elite squadron in like a region for the SCP Foundation, but they've got to have a fair number of certain ones.
Mhm.
Especially for more, I hesitate to use the word civilian, but like damn feds probably has more units than tunnel rats, you know?
The damn feds probably show up to like, oh, the police have noted a weird disappearance in the area. Go check it out.
Yeah. Anyways.
Alright, anyway, you may continue. Here.
What is NIMBY? Oh, not in my backyard.
Uh,
Got it. So just, I don't want to live next to a fucking power plant.
I'm glad you got that.
I'm amazed I did, because I've never seen the acronym used for that.
Neither have I. That's why I'm like, damn, you just clocked that immediately.
I mean, I wouldn't want to live next to a fucking power plant.
That's fair.
Just like, I've got to get the hell out of here. In addition, the property surrounding SCP-211 is currently under Foundation management, and an armed guard has been stationed in the buildings. Unauthorized personnel entering the area are to be terminated on site. Huge. A series of explosive charges has been set within SCP-211 is to be examined every redacted days for degradation. Should SCP-211 become overtly hostile or neutralization is otherwise required, it is to be terminated by detonating these charges simultaneously. To avoid inadvertent activation of SCP-211's defense mechanisms, extraction of SCP-211-1 should take place at a rate of fewer than redacted pages per hour. Description: SCP-211 is a two-story building located in an abandoned district of redacted IA. Records from Redacted's archives heavily suggest that the building was originally a middle-class dwelling belonging to GS, since deceased of natural causes. Since then, all furnishings have disappeared, save for standard light fixtures and a radiator, pictured above. Is it? Can you point to it?
I can't. Can't zoom
Note
in.
that several of these light switches have not been discovered, rendering them useless. Additionally, the building's topography has been nearly completely covered with an estimated redacted sheets of paper. Okay, so like at least 6 digits is what I'm guessing from that.
Yeah.
Huge. Hereafter collectively designated as SCP-211-1. Given these facts, SCP-211 itself is in remarkably poor condition. Severe mold and grime contamination are threatening to collapse a large section of the second house, and the attempted May 4th demolition, see document 211-1, has left a large hole in the south wall of the building. Recovered sheets of SCP-211-1 may be of various aspect and origins. Blank, depicting various images, ripped pages from books, most often encyclopedias or novels, printouts from the internet, capitalized, etc. The paper may be of any color. In fact, the above picture is of the only hallway in which all sheets of paper are printed on white paper. Entire stacks of paper have been discovered in the building's basement, whose individual sheets bear little or no relation to each other. Their only real identifying characteristics is that individual sheets' edges are unusually sharp, and that should a portion of SCP-211-1 be removed, more sheets appear from unknown origins as replacement. Research is pending, but so far individually, SCP-211-1's constituent parts seem to have little purpose beyond redacted. See Addendum 211-1 and Defense. Document 211-1. SCP status for SCP-211 was established after the building was condemned and scheduled for demolition on the 4th of May 2000, redacted. When the building attacked the team, hereafter labeled Incident 0, the following is an interview of ER, one of the 4 survivors, conducted by Dr. Spinoza.
I like Dr. Spinoza.
Who would just the name, or do we know this person?
I like the name. It's a funny name.
Yeah, you can be Doctor.
I want to just point out a small thing. I feel like you are always the person who gets articles that actually have these segments, like a 2-person.
How's it going?
Like, I feel like I never get them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, who was I again?
Doctor.
Okay. Begin log. Please state your name and occupation.
I'm just going to assume it's redacted there. Employed at Redacted Construction. Well, former employee. Can't exactly do my job with one crippled leg now, can I?
My sympathies. Please discuss the events involving the attempted destruction of Redacted.
Well, we... Redacted Construction, that is. Were commissioned to destroy that building, so we set about finding the best way to do it. We pretty much ruled out undermining for some reason. Something to do with Redacted. Main thing is, management decides to just use a couple of bulldozers to level a thing.
Was there any action on the part of the building before you attempted demolition?
Not really. We went in there after all, making tests and all that. Found the mold, joked about all the paper all over the place. Only thing that really happened before we started was... Yeah, we were in the basement and someone else, I forget who, started ripping pages from the wall. Just to check how bad the mold was. Big stacks of the stuff suddenly drops from the ceiling, out of nowhere, on top of the guy, and he gets a nice bunch of paper cuts. Thing that got us, though? His gear was all cut up as hell. I mean, clothing, hat, glasses, what have you. All nicked up. Had a big damn gouge in his glasses. Good thing he was wearing those glasses, I tell you.
And then?
Well, we didn't like being in a big house of knives, so we got him out of there. Other than that, besides, well, nothing else happened.
And on May 4th?
Well, we had everything set up and started driving a pair of bulldozers towards the house when all of a sudden all the paper on the wall outside, right? Well, it all just falls off by itself. Now, I should tell you, that day there wasn't a breeze in the air at all, so we thought that, well, the building's destroying itself and stuff, and we decided to help it along. Hang on, sorry. And all of a sudden, there's a big rumble, when you can hear over the bulldozers. And all that paper flies into the air by itself and tears up everything in sight. End of interview redacted. End log. Oh boy, okay. Document 211-2. Subsequent to Incident 0, testing was taken to determine the responsiveness of SCP-211. D-Class personnel were issued a video camera in order to... D-Class personnel were issued a video camera in order to interact with SCP-211 in various ways. I love the idea that their, low-cost methodology is hand this guy a camcorder, hand this guy a sack of bricks, start throwing shit at the house.
Give this guy a stick, show him to the sleeping bear.
If you do not throw bricks at that house covered in paper, I will shoot you myself. Anyways. Video log 1. Subject, I'm just gonna say D19 for brevity.
Yeah.
Subject D19 ordered to approach and explore SCP-211. Result, no response. D11 interacted with SCP-211-1 without threat. Building map of first floor with camera footage. Video log 2. Subject D19 ordered to approach and extract a sheet of SCP-211-1. Result, no response. Page appears to be redacted. Yeah, you don't say. Video log 3. Subject D19 ordered to approach and extract a pile of SCP-211 near 211's entrance. Result, before extracting the target, D19 hesitates and examines a large poster on the wall near it. When questioned, D19 remarks that it's a painting he made while incarcerated at Redacted, and proceeds to pick it up without incident. That's cool. When D19 picks up the target, a pile of SCP-211 falls over, landing on him. D19 emerges, suffering lacerations to arms, legs, and face, but manages to extract collection from SCP-211. Video log 4. Subject D19 ordered to approach SCP-211 and explore second floor. Result, D19 explores the building via Incident 0 hole without incident. Upon entering contaminated area, D19 steps on a weakened part of the floor, which collapses. D19 exits building with a broken leg. L. Well, at least we know we can destroy it if we need to. video log 5. Subject D21 issued a pack of matches in order to light a sheet of SCP-211-1 on within SCP-211 on fire. Result: data expunged. Remains removed from door. The main entrance to SCP-211 is now blocked, leaving the Incident Zero hole as the only entrance. Let's not try that one again, alright? I mean, ugh. Dr. Spinoza. Addendum 211-1. Since collection of SCP-211-1 has begun, several specific books have become identified as their examples of these are a 19 redacted copy of Hitler's Mein Kampf found in public library, a Java data structures book printed in 19 redacted, discovered in a used bookstore near Site 17, redacted, currently stored in the United States Library of Congress, 3 printouts of Japanese broadcasts decoded during the Magic Cryptanalysis project in World War II. Okay. The drawing in document 211-2, etc. No documents re the Foundation have been discovered as of yet. However, security has been increased as a mild informational security threat. Addendum 211-2. Recent unexplained phenomena regarding SCP-211 have provoked further study. On the 28th of March, redacted, 3 individual sheets of SCP-211-1 were found in SCP-211's entrance. Examinations of these sheets proved to be Foundation Protocol memoranda addressed to Dr. Spinoza, the interview of the previously mentioned ER. Upon questioning Spinoza, who had been at Site 17, another project, noted that the notices had disappeared soon after he received them, adding that redacted. Since this date, there have been redacted other data security breaches involving SCP-211-1, several of which involve SCP-211 as subject material. Update to Euclid status pending. Okay.
I'd say that one wasn't bad. It wasn't incredible. Like, I'd say that's like a 5 or 6 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah, this is about what you would expect from Weird House.
It is.
It is neat that it's like seemingly stealing or replicating paper, though.
Why is my phone not charging? God, hold on. I kind of need my phone to be charging.
Oh man, look at this guy.
There we go, I got it. Oh,
Are
God
the other
damn
two
it, and
dead?
then I turned and something pulled the cord and it fell off my fucking desk. God damn it. You stay there.
Are the other two dead or something?
I don't know.
What
I have a
happened with that?
question for Ridge, but it's like unrelated to SCP, so. Ridge?
What do you mean? Ridge is an SCP.
Ridge!
Well, yeah, but
What do you want?
In Pokemon,
I'm petting my dog.
In Pokemon, do you know how friendship is treated when trading Pokemon with another player?
Yeah, it gets reset to 0.
That's not what I wanted to hear. Okay, thank you. Do you think they implemented that in Cobblemon?
How if I know?
What, the friendship being set to 0?
Yeah.
Or, sorry, it's not set to 0, it's set to 40 out of 255.
Alright, but what if it was 0 when it started?
Oh, in that case, it stays at 0.
If it's above 40, it sets to 40. If it's below 40, it's set to 0.
I don't know. Good choice. Does it work both ways, like either receiving or like sending away?
If the one that you received is your own one, it is set to the value that it was when you had it.
Oh, well.
So say you trade something away and then it's traded back, it's set to the value that it was when you had it.
Alright, cool. Thank you.
The only reason I know this is because we did this with Pokemon Black and White. And I had a mod that, I had a modded save so I could see some things like friendship value.
Alright. Item number
hang on.
SC. Wait, what?
I wanted to take this one. What's the improvements log or upgrades log? How long is that? Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Oh.
If you
Okay, and what
want, you
about
can
the other
take the
red
main
thing?
article, and I can take over on this.
I mean, I would be fine with reading it, but
It's up to you. I don't mind either way.
uh, item number SCP-212, object class safe. Special containment procedures. Use of SCP-212 must be cleared by the current containment site's chief medical officer. Any subjects undergoing operation by SCP-212 must submit to full physical and psychological testing before and after exposure. Resistance to testing will result in termination of subject. All personnel are to be kept at least 1.5 meters, 5 feet, from SCP-212 when not, goddamn, in operation. Armed personnel are authorized to use whatever force deemed necessary to prevent unauthorized exposure. Should any personnel accidentally become exposed to SCP-212, full quarantine, testing, and judicial review will be initiated as soon as the subject is released by SCP-212. Description: SCP-212 is a large medical device with 3 large robotic arms. The arms have been an extremely motherfucker! Stop it! The arms have an extremely diverse array of attachments, but no storage area or power source has yet been found. Attachments slide into and out of the arms as needed, with over 500 different attachments documented. SCP-212 is made of plastic, steel, and other common materials. In-depth analysis is pending, as any result by a mechanical means or any attempt by mechanical means causes violent action from SCP-212, and attempts by any biological means normally results with subject's improvement. When exposed to living tissue, the arms of SCP-212 will rapidly move to grab and restrain it. SCP-212 will then begin to improve said tissue. This process is extremely fast, but SCP-212 does not inject any anesthetic or replace any blood lost. The process has been described as excruciatingly painful and can result in the death of the subject at a rate of 47%. Wounds made by SCP-212 are closed with standard surgical sutures and a chemical sealant that is not yet fully understood. Improvements that have been observed include lining of joints with graphite, replacement of biological organs with artificial ones, addition of metal plates to bones, addition of new or duplicate organs, and replacement of teeth with small serrated steel bands, along with many others. SCP-211 has been shown to be able to totally reconfigure an organism. The improvements appear to be random and can sometimes be detrimental or fatal, as illustrated by one subject's complete loss of bone marrow and its replacement by a gel that is still under study. Cool. Subjects willing to undergo exposure from SCP-211 are to be advised that the process is extremely invasive and that no predictions on improvement can be made. What exactly is... I have to assume it's an ad, but let's look.
Yeah, I just really like that they're like, hey, if you want to like have your like bones turned into graphite, sure, we'll let it happen, but like we don't have any idea what it's gonna do to you.
But, junior researcher, I have to ask, what the fuck? Also, oh
Wait,
god,
is
we're gonna
this
be here a while.
Yeah, I think this is.
Oh wait, is this even related?
Yeah, I think this is somewhat unrelated. I think.
Wait, no,
it
that's
is
Olympia
related,
Project.
but it's like they use this in the creation of something.
Okay, this is like a... Okay. This is
Yeah.
also connected to Olympia Project. We can just probably back out of this, I think.
Yeah, was the Olympia Project the thing with the soul machine?
Making an SCP,
Yeah,
if I recall. Yeah.
This is still like a very big thing in the back of my mind. Like this sounds extremely interesting, but at the same time, I'm like.
I think if we want to tackle Olympia, that would be like a whole stream sort of thing, because look at all the shit connected to it. Also, I do appreciate
Hold
on
on,
the
I gotta
wiki
see
that it
KP
shows
Pro
what
again.
things
There
you
he
can
is.
get. Yeah.
That's my man. That's him. All right. Anyway.
I can hardly approve of that.
But yeah.
All right.
Really like how all this stuff looks, and it looks like it involves all these different SCPs in interesting ways, but not getting into that right now.
Not yet. Alright. Record of exposure to SCP-212. Attention. Any and all exposure to SCP-212 is to be recorded and logged. Unreported exposures to SCP-212 will be met with termination. All subjects willingly exposed to SCP-212 must have O5 command approvals, as well as that of site medical staff. Subject: Agent Redacted, 28 years old, 64 kilograms, 183 centimeters tall, African American descent. Submitted request on Redacted, approval granted, and exposed on Redacted. Okay, so I'm just going to read the descriptions, but I'm not going to bother with the submitted request and approval granted. Unless it's different. Okay. Description of upgrades. Lower jawbone replaced by super dense ceramic jaw, teeth replaced with blades made of the same material. Spine removed and replaced with synthetic polymer. Replacement spine grafted to base of skull. Ribcage and pelvis coated with thin layers of ceramic. Lungs, eyes, and liver removed and replaced after cleaning. Subject status: active duty. Notes: SCP-212 appears to clean some organs or tissues. It will run several attachments over the tissue, each of which will spray, scan, cut, or otherwise interact with the tissue before replacing it. When tested, these cleaned tissues appear to be totally free of genetic defects and appear younger than the surrounding tissues. That's neat.
That's interesting. Okay.
Subject: Dr. Redacted, 42 years old, 62 kilograms, 170 meters tall, Caucasian, British descent, yada yada. A description of upgrades. Teeth replaced with super dense ceramic, feet amputated at the ankle, replaced by a thin plastic tactile work with several pads on the bottom. Ugh. These pads are capable of sticking to any solid surface and can carry up to 225 kilograms. Jesus. Okay. Bone marrow removed and replaced with a blue gel. Heart, eyes, liver, and kidneys removed and cleaned. Several medical devices inserted into the brain for unknown purposes. Or metal devices. Subject status. Subject died during the removal of bone marrow. Foot pads removed and are currently under study. That's sad.
Mm-hmm.
May you rest in peace. Subject: Agent AA, personal data redacted. Suffered multiple injuries on redacted, resulting in traumatic amputation of all 4 limbs and removal of spleen, left kidney, right lung, and left eye. Cranial trauma caused by shard of circuitry piercing skull entering frontal lobe of brain. Submitted request on redacted, approval granted and exposed on redacted. Okay. Description of upgrades. Contrary to expectations, SCP-212 did not remove the shard of metal from subject's brain, instead spending approximately 7 minutes analyzing the circuitry with a variety of lenses and probes and sensors before apparently determining that the foreign body could be left in place. 212 then proceeded to integrate said circuitry into subject's frontal lobe more fully, utilizing tracery made from room temperature superconductors. SCP-212 ended by administering an unknown chemical that immediately placed the subject in a coma, then shut itself down. No attempts were made to replace severed limbs or repair damage to bodily organs aside from normal cleaning. Subject status. As of redacted, the subject remains in a chemically induced coma in stable condition. Foreign circuitry and brains appears to be spreading at a geometric rate. Estimate complete replacement of biological brain tissue in redacted. They're just making a fucking android, okay.
Great.
Subject: Agent Redacted, 34 years old, 112 kilograms, 176 centimeters tall, Caucasian German descent. And all that stuff from before. Description of upgrades. Removal of stomach, intestines, large and small, liver, and kidneys. Organs replaced with 2 sacks of synthetic tissues attached to the esophagus. Esophagus lined with the same tissue. Sacks produce an acid capable of breaking down steel and transfer all nutrition directly to the bloodstream. This process produces no waste, and any ingestible matter is expelled up the esophagus and out of the mouth. Ugh. Eyes replaced with optic sensors, pads capable of seeing visible, infrared, and ultralight spectrum. Hands removed at the wrist and each replaced with 8 metallic tentacles, each measuring 3.8 centimeters long. Jesus. Subject status. Medical leave until redacted to allow adjustment to new internal structures.
Medical.
So they...
Fucking medical.
So they made him a
leave.
fucking squid. Okay.
But I am already safe, for the machine is immortal. Thank you, Rich.
Yeah, Yeah, I fucking guess. This thing is cool. I like this.
Yeah.
Subject D redacted. I like how they redacted the number name. What? Okay.
They gotta protect his identity, okay?
Previously, okay. 23 years old, 62 kilograms, 178 centimeters tall, American Caucasian descent. Previously exposed to SCP-217 and decontaminated once the virus had run its course. Full mechanical conversion achieved. Approval for testing granted on redacted. Description of upgrades. Data expunged. Subject status. Subject escaped containment, overpowering 2 armed guards and effortlessly bypassing several security measures. Subject recaptured after 2 hours, having caused redacted casualties and redacted injuries, as well as deactivating data expunged. Once recaptured, subject requested SCP classification, presumably in an attempt to avoid termination. Request was denied, and subject was dismantled. Components were incinerated following examination and documentation. See file redacted.
I really like you were just like, wait, just contain me, please, then fucking God.
What if I were an SCP? Gun?
Literally, subject was dismantled. Request
I mean, by
denied.
implication, he was already a full robot.
Not even just like subject was terminated. Subject was dismantled.
Alright, get out your impact, Trevor.
Alright, there's an ad break, so give it a minute. I was foolish and I hit the dismiss button, so I can't actually see how much longer it has left in it.
Clown.
It's like 10 more seconds, maybe.
Yeah.
Alright, that ought to be good enough.
Subject agent, redacted, 25 years old, 93 kilograms, 188 centimeters, African American descent. Description of upgrades. Skin replaced with nanomaterial mesh of thick tubes coated in microscopic barbs. Ugh. Tips of fingers and toes replaced with carbon claws about 8 centimeters long. Limb bones restructured for quadrupedal God fucking damn it, he's a hedgehog. Okay. Heart and lungs replaced by a single organ with a second similar organ as backup. Digestive system cleaned and shortened significantly. Left eye replaced with ultrasound sensor. Subject status: stable but behaving erratically. Contained pending psychological analysis. Yeah, I'd be fucking pissed too, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh god, I just looked like a 2 subjects down. That's gotta be weird. Subject Dr. Redacted, 26 years old, 142 kilograms, 200 centimeters, multiracial descent. Subject was rendered fully blind on Redacted due to accidental exposure to SCP Redacted. Description of upgrades. Removal of both eyes, orbits widens to meet and form a single oval cavity. Cavity is lined with metallic structures resembling large cilia. Amputation of both hands, stumps fused together, and several small limbs resembling crab pincers grafted to the forearms in no apparent pattern. Teeth removed for cleaning. Teeth with filing discarded, remainder replaced. Subject status: deceased. No shit. Subject had begun undergoing medical imaging. Yeah, medical imaging when he began to suffer extreme pain, describing the sensation as "it tastes all wrong." Okay. The cilia-like structures then reshaped into sharp points and extended rapidly in length, many piercing the subject's brains. The gripper limbs continued independent movement for several hours until subject was incinerated. Okay. Yeah, alright, cool. Subject D5354, I hate you people. 22 years old, multiracial descent. Subject was scheduled for disciplinary termination and had consumed a last meal consisting of seafood. Great. Who the fuck has sent something? I'm going to kill you. I'm going to murder you. I'm going to murder you for different reasons now. Description of upgrades. After spending 4 minutes analyzing and probing subject, SCP-212 dissected subject, carefully removing the stomach and intestinal tract. Stomach was then opened and a bioluminescent lobster-like organism was constructed from its contents. Subject status. After removing and altering subject's stomach contents as described above, rest of subject's remains were discarded. Okay, so it just wanted to make a lobster.
He was like, oh, this could be fun, actually.
Just to build a lobster.
I
Not
really
do
love
anything with the
SCP
guy.
because you can see the phrase lobster-like organism and just be like, yeah, it's just another day.
I love the fact that this SCP is like the contextual equivalent of a child with medical knowledge. What if I do this?
This would be funny.
Okay, subject. Mummy of Intef II, the pharaoh of the 11th dynasty of Egypt, circa 2063 BCE. The mummy had been collected during a research expedition by the Foundation's predecessor entity in the early 19th century. Description. SCP-212 spent 25 minutes analyzing the subject, then ceased activity without having altered subject. Following this, Dr. Morrison directed that 4 canopic jars that were collected from NF II's tomb also be placed in the containment chamber. SCP-212 then reactivated and used a scalpel and heating tool to make minor alterations to 4 amulets in the mummy's wrappings, before again ceasing activity. Subject status apparently unchanged, except that the aggregate mass of the subject appears to have decreased slightly. Yeah. Subject D5442, 27 years old, Japanese American descent. Description of upgrades. SCP-212 removes the subject's thumbs and nose. It scans for 3 minutes before replacing the nose with a silicone version and implanting a thin plastic tube into the nasal cavity coated in an unknown blue mucus. Status subject. Subject struggled to breathe and described a pleasant smell. The subject expired 1 hour later from asphyxiation. Great. Subject. A white laboratory rat. Description of upgrades. The tail was removed, and SCP-212 began to alter the skeletal structure to resemble that of a bipedal organism. All organs were then removed except the heart and the lungs and heart. The additional space was filled with a white paste which hardened. Subject status. Remains were incinerated after analysis. Ah, that's fucking sad.
I like that it literally doesn't know what actually keeps something alive. And it's kind of
No,
just a
it doesn't.
gamble on if it just straight up kills the thing or if it
Like I said, it's like if you gave a child, like a young child, the knowledge of how to operate medically, but not like the knowledge that you need to keep something living.
Yeah.
I feel bad. He effectively just filled that rat with plaster. Or it, rather.
Chopped off its tail,
Subject.
too.
Yeah, that too. Needed for the Covenant. The corpse of MTF New 7 Officer Harold Goldman, Caucasian, American descent, mauled by an instance of SCP redacted, which had left a large opening in the chest and abdomen. Several organs were devoured by the SCP instance. Description of upgrades. SCP-212 scanned the subject for 10 minutes before sewing the remaining pieces of intestines back together and repairing sections with a patch of synthetic tissues. SCP-212 then ceases activity after probing the areas where organs should be. Subject status incinerated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Subject a hollow plastic Halloween decoration replicating a human skeleton, 152.4 centimeters in height, originating from popular home improvement store. Yeah.
Sorry, what?
could it be?
Sorry, what? What is it?
What could it
What do you
be?
think it is?
I can't think of any home improvement stores that would fit that.
Dome Hippo. Heat Dome.
That doesn't make
Description of upgrades. Minor anatomical inaccuracies regarding carpals on both hands were connected, despite larger and more apparent anatomical inaccuracies still present. Subject returned to storage. Great.
sense.
Subject 60 by
think I
60
know which
plastic
store it is.
reflective sheet.
I think it's Lowe's.
Lowe's isn't a real place.
I don't think I've been in a
Pretty sure
Lowe's
Rich
since
made
I
sure
was
of
like
that.
8 years old.
60 by 60 plastic reflective sheets. No upgrades to speak of. Return to storage. Notes. This was, admittedly, stupid. It's not like this thing has eyes, nor would it care for its reflection. But hey, science. Dr. Wick.
I like
Why
this
is
one.
it
I like
underlined?
this one a lot. That's really fucking funny.
It just,
This was fucking dumb. This is...
it's funny.
I-
Corpse of Agent Redacted, Oh, wow.
Should I like double check which one this one was? I don't remember.
That's the guy.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's the guy.
that's the guy.
That's the guy.
Tormented and released by SCP-106. Description of upgrades. SCP-212 engaged in a detailed analysis of the subject for approximately 10 minutes. Subsequently, initiated a process involving the amputation of the subject's limbs, replacing them with metallic appendages resembling its own. It proceeded to perform a dissection of the subject's chest cavity, removing decayed and liquefied internal organs and inserting an unidentified rectangular device emitting a constant beeping sound. It's a fucking smoke alarm. Despite the subject's apparent decease, any attempts at interaction triggered a temporary activation response, during which it would seize the interactor and affix them to SCP-212 before deactivating once more. Subject status: dismantled and incinerated. Yeah, no, we're not making a grabber arm relay. Fuck that. What is this, Factorio? Get away from me. Subject: a reanimated orangutan, an instance of SCP-049-2 acquired from its chamber. Great. Description of upgrades. Within 5 seconds of exposure to SCP-212, the subject underwent massive alterations. SCP-212 initiated drilling through the subject's underarms and forehead, during which the subject displayed symptoms of extreme discomfort, accompanied by hemorrhaging of blood. Yeah. Subsequently, SCP-212 utilized one of its appendages to obstruct the subject's oral cavity while inserting a rubber tube into the subject's throat, resulting in the rupture of existing sutures. SCP-212 proceeded to affix a metallic mask akin to SCP-49's plague mask onto the subject's face, while augmenting the drilled sections with additional limbs and eyes. Furthermore, SCP-212 performed a neutering procedure on the subject and was in the process of administering an unidentified purple substance before the subject retaliated by forcefully kicking one of SCP-212's appendages, utilizing its newly acquired limbs to breach containment and advance towards the heavy containment zone. Subject status. Subject sustained severe gunshot injuries inflicted by security personnel. Seeking refuge, it entered SCP-Redacted's containment chamber, yet upon entry, SCP and Redacted instances swiftly attacked and fatally mauled the subject. Subsequent examination reveals no traces of the subject remains within SCP-Redacted's chambers. Notes. Investigation is ongoing to ascertain whether the subject's abrupt retaliation was prompted by the detection of the purple substance. The substance, retrieved from SCP-212, is currently undergoing chemical analysis for further examination. Dr. Avonlea. Helix, if you would.
Yeah.
I think you've gone too far down.
Did I?
No, you're right. Okay, cool. Subject, junior researcher Geralt. I'm just gonna call him. Is that Garrett?
Geralt.
No, that's Geralt.
Geralt.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Geralt. 18 years old, 67 kilograms, 176 centimeters tall. Suffers from stage 4 cancer, formerly 3. Rest in peace. Description of upgrades. The subject was injected in several areas with an unidentified clear liquid. The right arm was amputated and replaced with a metallic appendage capable of separating into several dozen tools, some of which resemble SCP-212's. Left arm was amputated and replaced with what resembles a large syringe, purpose unknown. The back of the skull was replaced with titanium. The brainstem was accessed through the neck and was installed with several microchips and a small radio receiver. Subject status: survived procedure with no complications. Kept under surveillance to observe purpose of alterations to the brainstem and to observe the the progression of cancer. Brain alterations appear to have had little effect beyond a slight increase in coordination and reflexes. Progression of cancer appears to have halted. Subject appears to possess a slightly higher rate of cellular regeneration than previously recorded, resulting in lower recovery times for injuries. Purpose of radio receiver and limb alterations currently unknown. Recommended that subject be kept under indefinite surveillance. That sucks. I mean, I guess he's not dying of cancer anymore, apparently, but like,
Still got
he looks like that. Redacted subject, female, 37 years old, 71.3 kilograms, 161 centimeters tall. Victim of SCP-4419. No idea what that is. Description of upgrades. SCP-212 scanned the subject for 15 minutes while probing with previously unseen devices appearing from the arms. After several minutes of standing by in an apparent ready state, SCP-212 shut down, releasing the subject. Subject status, euthanized per SCP-4419 containment procedures. Note, this seems to indicate that SCP-212 does not wish to cause subjects' demise by modifications. That, or has deemed them already improved. Dr. Redacted. Subject, Dr. Mackerel. 34 years old, 93 kilograms, 165 centimeters. Description of upgrades. Crystalline substance molded around subject's head. Unknown blue liquid injected into surface. Respiratory system cleaned. Multiple unknown organs and a gel-like substance introduced into the body. During the operation, the subject's head slowly liquefied with the exception of the eyes, filling the crystalline structure. Subject status. Subject survived despite the complete lack of a brain. The subject is incapable of talking but has shown the ability to control the movement of his eyeballs, which now seem to swim inside the crystalline structure, using their eye stalks as flagella. Subject seems capable of seeing his environment through his eyeballs. The organs and gel seem to serve as temperature regulators, containment filters, and pressure regulators. Return to active duty. That's really fucking funny that they just...
Yeah, they're like, yeah, sure, I mean...
It's like a science fiction creature. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Subject D52811, female, 26 years old, 56 kilograms, 151 centimeters, a common sunflower in a pot. Okay. Description. SCP-212 scanned the subjects for 56 minutes. Following... It's... They're together. Okay, sorry. It kind of blanked on me for a moment there. I'm like,
it was
what?
a 26-year-old female sunflower.
Which was on death row. SCP-212 scanned the subjects for 56 minutes. Following this, a needle-like device was injected into the flower's head, extracting an unknown yellow liquid. Sunflower uprooted, eyeballs removed, tongue removed, head alongside spine removed. Head was planted on the pot and with the spine acting as a stem. Hands removed and joined to the sides of the head. Unknown yellow liquid injected into head, pot placed on subject's chest. Subject status. Analysis of the plant-like result led to the discovery that when given water, its fingernails would grow at an accelerated rate. Kept in biological containment site 66. Possible link with other anomalies are under investigation. Alright, what's this? Probably an ad. Yeah, I'm good.
Yep.
Get me the fuck out.
Yeah, we're not
Also,
doing
that's
that.
Also, that's SCP-401. I'm good. But no,
Yeah.
that's cool. I like this thing.
Yeah.
It's
I think this definitely hits our favorites for this week.
yeah, that's a very solid one.
Like, this one was really good. I love the in-depth, like, hey, here's like a bunch of like, this is what happened when we tried to use it. Love that.
But yeah, like this has enough ambiguity to why it does it to make it really funny,
Yeah.
but it's also childlike in the ways that it modifies some things. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna give him a switch hand.
Yeah. I really like that one.
I also like the fact that they've very clearly shown that it doesn't react to both non-organic or deceased living materials.
Yeah. I
That's
like
fun.
the testing logs that make sense. Pretty much.
I also
anything
like
I
that they
could
just
think
decided to
of
put a...
any basic thing I could have thought to try on it, it tried in the testing log. What pisses me
Honestly, a
off is
couple
when there's a
others.
testing log and they ignore like completely blatantly obvious tests. Like, oh, it's like it's an SCP that deals with liquids, and they didn't test water on it. And I'm like, what do you fucking mean you didn't test water on it? Its entire thing is that it messes with liquids.
I like how the orangutan, it seemed to know was affiliated with the SCP,
Yeah.
like the other one. That's really funny. It gave it a fucking plague mask before it broke out.
Yeah, I really like that introduction as well because it's like there is like some weird overlap here. Like it does have some way of knowing like kind of.
It seems to recognize other SCPs that seek to modify a human in some way,
Yeah.
or living creature. I will say I'm a little surprised that they didn't do more animal tests.
Yeah, they did like the orangutan.
Like I would have figured they would have moved on to like a larger, like 4-5 or quadrupedal creature, like I don't know, a cat or something.
Put 682 in there.
No.
Modify him.
Scans him for about 5 minutes, turns off. I don't even want to fucking touch this one.
Alright.
You're welcome to keep reading. I'll be back.
Alright. Item number SCP-213. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-213 is contained in a high-security humanoid containment cell within Site-77. The chamber is to be surrounded by a 10-meter wide zone filled with gaseous materials corrosive to human skin. SCP-213 should be informed as to the nature of its containment to prevent manifestation of its effect, which would result in additional containment breaches. A staffing of 2 guards armed with high-pressure hoses, oleoresin capsicum, and polymer web grenades should be stationed outside the containment unit at all times. What is Site-77? This is a literal entire list of all the anomalies kept at Site-77.
Where's the visitor center?
Where's the gift shop? What do they got at the gift shop? Alright, cool. I'm gonna leave that open to show more when it gets back. Description. SCP-213 is an adolescent humanoid male, 1.5 meters tall, weighing 95 kilograms. SCP-213 is able to forcefully sever the bonds between atoms in any solid or semi-solid matter with physical contact. An intense flash of light is produced when doing so. SCP-213 can use any part of its body to manifest this effect, and has used it to disintegrate projectiles as they impact his body. Manifestation of this effect has proven to be extremely painful, with extended use causing enough pain to render SCP-213 unconscious. SCP-213 was recovered from Palo Alto... Which one is that, Rich? Is that California? I'm just gonna say it's California. When reports of a teenage boy being arrested for homicide after vaporizing his girlfriend during coitus reached agents embedded in the local police department. Further investigation revealed SCP-213's anomalous properties. However, during initial containment, SCP-213 vaporized the agents attempting to apprehend it. During the ensuing firefight with MTF Redacted, SCP-213 was able to disable 2 agents before being contained. SCP-213's containment procedures were finalized on Redacted and classified as Euclid. Addendum 213-07. SCP-213 has made its 7th escape attempt. After asking for another interview with Dr. Redacted, SCP-213 waited for security personnel to allow her to enter the containment chamber. As the majority of the containment procedures were disengaged, SCP-213 was able to apply its effect to the remaining security measures and breach containment. SCP-213 killed Dr. Redacted as well as 2 agents during the initial stage of its breach. SCP-213 had only seen a small portion of the facility and was easily apprehended after it encountered heavy resistance from security. Breaking through its cell weakened it enough to prevent further damage to other containment units. SCP-213 was apprehended in the site break room attempting to break through the floor. However, extensive use of its effect led it unable to do so. Addendum 213-08. SCP-213 unintentionally breached containment on Redacted. Due to the nature of this breach, no consequence has been issued. Video feed taken at 3 a.m. from SCP-213's cell show its bed and a section of the floor being affected, which caused SCP-213 to fall into a basement level. Containment procedures have been slated for revision. Researcher's notes. From study of this video, it is clear that SCP-213's control effect is not as perfect as is previously believed, and has become more cooperative with us in trying to establish a method to control and utilize it. Vague conjecture on the part of the review staff has the possibilities of what would occur should the effect trigger accidentally, including SCP-213 self-vaporizing, are noted as being particularly useful in this regard. Addendum 213-09. During a routine physical examination of SCP-213, lesions were discovered on its back, appearing as smooth nodules. Presently, there are 4 nodules placed at intervals on the subject's back in a perfect square. Distance between all 4 points is exactly 15 centimeters. Medical personnel have been assigned to SCP-213's containment in order to observe and rapidly respond to changes in this condition. Follow-up examinations have been scheduled. A follow-up examination has led to the discovery of 2 more nodules located in the center of its palms. SCP-213 reports mild irritation but no pain or discomfort. They resist pressure applied with sharp or blunt objects. During an attempt to excise a sample using a scalpel, the scalpel failed to cut and vaporized after a few seconds of applied pressure. SCP-213 denies responsibility for this occurrence. SCP-213 has become notably more apathetic and has expressed feelings of extreme pain from its back and stomach. SCP-213 was moved to intensive care after being observed to having a seizure in its containment cell. Examination of SCP-213 shows an additional 10 nodules have appeared on its back. A perfect distance of 5 centimeters separates each one. SCP-213 continues to report no pain from lesions. SCP-213 has been assigned additional medical observers who will remain outside its containment with the standard guard staff for the next week. All nodules on SCP-213 have disappeared and been replaced with thin incisions slightly less than 1 millimeter in width. During inspection of these changes, the medical examiner witnessed the incision on SCP-213's left palm open, and an eye was observed watching her. SCP-213 has been placed in the medical wing indefinitely, pending further changes to the subject's condition. Addendum 213-10. The source of SCP-213's effect appears to be a parasitic infestation of unknown origin inhabiting its body. This life form has not attempted to communicate, but does observe any persons in SCP-213's presence through the lesions present on SCP-213's body. SCP-213 has exhibited panic over this development and requested several times the entity be removed from him. Any requests of this nature from SCP-213 are to be denied pending further research. Researcher note. The organism inhabiting SCP-213 fails to show up on any medical scan we have at our disposal. The new hypothesis is that this effect actually serves to provide sustenance and self-defense, with repeated tests to determine the nature of the anomaly has led to increased growth. SCP-213 has been placed in a chemically induced coma until further research can be conducted regarding the nature of this parasite. Containment procedures slated for major revision. Yeah, I'm not reading this. This is not important. Yoo-hoo. Alright. Mord completely missed this one. I need to turn my heat off. It's getting hot in my room. Hold on. Oh. I open my window as well.
Hello? Okay, is Helix gone, or what the hell happened
I
here?
just finished
Look
reading and I
open.
moved to open my window.
I see. Okay, unfortunately, I'll be a moment.
I see.
Just keep going for now.
Would you like me to summarize the last SCP or?
Do it when I'm back, if that's okay. I shouldn't be too terribly long, but
Okay. We're getting an ad break here, so I guess I'll take a quick break as well, since I might be reading for a moment. I gotta use the bathroom actually, so I'm gonna do that. I'll put the on break text on here. Oh. I'm back. God, use a nap. I feel like something smells smoky outside. Oh. Alright. Item number SCP-214. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-214 is to be contained in a 4x4 meter quarantine cell suitable for long-term human habitation within Bioresearch Area 12. It is to be considered an etiological agent of a Level 4 biohazard. Level 4 biohazard containment procedures: clean rooms pre- and post-entry, decontamination showers, and a vacuum antechamber. All air and water sources to SCP-214's containment area are to be isolated from the rest of the area. All employees entering SCP-214's containment area must wear hazmat suits with self-contained oxygen supply and supplemental cut-resistant liner. The cell shall be under continuous observation using remote video surveillance. SCP-214 is to be considered a danger to itself and others and shall not be allowed to be possessed with potentially any dangerous utensils. Due to SCP-214's distinct perception of pain, guards shall not cause physical injury to it except under the direction of Level 2 staff. Beyond the above procedures, all personnel intending to interact with SCP-214 are to undergo psychological evaluation. Any employees with prior history of depression are not permitted to interact with it. Regular sessions of psychological observation are to occur post-research on all participants. Any personnel exhibiting 2 or more of the following symptoms during observation are to be quarantined immediately in identical containment to SCP-214. Self-harming behaviors, blunted effect, glossolalia, logorrhea, compulsive lying, silvery discharge from mucous membranes or wounds, obsessive compulsive behaviors, particularly in writing or speech. Research staff is heavily encouraged to read Log 214 and Interview 214 before conducting experiments as a precautionary measure. Read those afterwards. Description. SCP-214 is male, age redacted, formerly agent redacted of the Foundation. Physical and mental changes were noted after investigation of incident redacted at Redacted Public Library, Maryland. Containment of SCP-214 is detailed and redacted. A physical examination of SCP-214 shows the replacement of most bodily fluids, including but not limited to blood, vitreous, humor, seminal fluid, and cerebrospinal fluid, with a mercury-like substance. Chemical analysis shows that the substance is a suspension of complex organometallic compounds in a protein and lipid-enriched serum. But so far, nothing more can be ascertained of its origins or purpose. Most bodily functions were observed to no longer be active in SCP-214, though the related organs still exist in a preserved state within the body cavity. This includes the brain, which no longer shows activity on electroencephalography. It shows notable selective regenerative properties, some injuries vanishing within moments of infliction, while others remain unhealed, even after a period of time in which a normal human would have recovered. SCP-214 does not experience pain normally, instead reacting to it as a pleasure with no regard to physical damage to its body. Objects have been noted to disappear in the vicinity of SCP-214. There is currently no known method of recovering lost items. What was that, Rich? He's enjoying his ice cream sandwich. Addendum 214-A. Excerpts of Agent Redacted's diary relating to becoming SCP-214 have been transcribed to Log 214. Addendum 214-B. Logs of interview with SCP-214 have been transcribed to Interview 214. Addendum 214-C. Researcher Redacted has been detained after showing symptoms identical in nature to SCP-214 at the conclusion of L-214. Containment procedures have been updated to reflect the contagious nature of SCP-214. My log.
Hi, Beck.
Welcome back, just in time. Okay, so...
Oh god, I came back and I see Church of the Broken God.
Yay! Okay, first things first, we can pop into that now. There, I just finished reading all of this. It's like a guy with mercury blood, and he's weird. And, apparently, watch out for these if you're interacting with him.
Just, like, physical contact, or being near him?
It'd be interacting with him, I guess. It kind of implies.
Okay, so it's talking about hazmat suits, so physical contact mainly.
It can kind of maybe spread, kind of maybe. That's about it. This is a guy who splits atoms and basically causes them to vaporize.
Explode. Vaporize his girlfriend during credits.
And then it accidentally starts vaporizing more agents as they're trying to apprehend him. So
I don't know
just
if that's
does
something
that.
you're allowed to do as an officer.
It causes great pain to him, eventually causing him to pass out, so he can't just do it indefinitely.
No, it's really
Otherwise,
funny.
but no, he can just like walk through walls if he feels like it. But he ends up working with the Foundation due to problems with like he can't control it sometimes. Like he was sleeping and accidentally broke containment because he just vaporized the floor beneath him.
I see.
And so he just started working with the Foundation because obviously trying to escape from them wasn't working, and they're trying to figure out his.
He hit his ex with the "Who the hell is Steve Jobs?"
Then there is this which didn't pass the stick test.
Them.
Oh, you didn't see that. There was also a link to this.
Get away from me!
It's an entire like informational panel about Site-77, and that's all you missed.
That's a fuck ugly ass color orange, but yeah.
Yeah. Personal log of Agent Redacted. This is the SCP guy, the Mercury Man.
Yeah.
Alright. Date 0405 redacted. I got my latest assignment. Apparently there's reports of cult activity centered around a public library in Redacted. Shipping out tomorrow to investigate, along with the rest of Lambda 7. There's a major concern about it being part of a Church of Broken God, given that the local location contains a large museum of machinery. Hate dealing with them. Crazy machine god thing gives me more creeps than the rest of this shit here. Most of them only kill your body. Ugh. Date 0409 redacted. Initial recon's back on the building. Nothing anomalous so far with 90% of the building mapped. Only thing left is the periodicals wing. That seems to be closed for renovations. Seems like people go in there quite a bit after dark, but the door is always locked and the architect that designed this place seems to have a personal vendetta against windows. Nothing wrong with spikes though. This place has spikes on every surface they could think of. Team's going to shadow one of them in tomorrow and see what's going on inside. Note, between this log and the entirety of Lambda 7 vanished without a trace, along with the reported cultists. Date 0411 redacted. Pages upon pages flitter through my mind. Breeze-born motion revealing in the saturation of information coalesced and indexed to perfection. Safely stored. The library approves of the new acquisitions to its collection, filling her walls evermore with the distilled essence of being, for all to borrow but never keep. Subsuming the identity, enrobing oneself in another for a time, for the goals, for the plans, and partly realized dreams, emulating the flesh and its frailties, its ichors and impulses as a marionette on string, dancing its jerky frivolity.
That's a lot of words.
Date 0412 redacted. Awake again, not sure how long I've slept on the way back to redacted. Read previous log, I think I might have been sleep deprived. It doesn't... Sleep deprived?
Might.
You might have been
Might
sleep
have.
I don't think this was you, man. Anyway, it doesn't make any sense. Cult's gone, team's gone, writing after action report. Attempted to erase previous log, but can't see the button to do that. Compromise. The word keeps echoing in my head. I think I've been compromised. Cut myself shaving this morning and bled quicksilver into the sink. The sensation of the blade cutting into my skin felt like a lover's caress. It's my duty to self-terminate. I've been compromised. Once the report's done, I'll do that. Still have my sidearm. Honestly, respect for, like, being like, I'm compromised. I should just do it.
You should immolate yourself now.
Tension, build up, trembling finger, burnt cordite taste, the flash, the burst, the romance of lead entangling bone and fat, followed by orgiastic release. Date 0413 redacted. Awake again. Bullet didn't do anything. No recollection since I pulled the trigger. I was in the bathroom, now I'm in bed. There's hotel and medical staff uniforms laying around, but no people. No remains. No sign of a struggle and not a drop of blood. Tried to call my superiors to warn them that I'm coming, but my fingers keep missing the numbers. All I can do is write here. Sometimes something makes me think that they want this to be found. Just too late. Still bleeding out of the back of my head. Something feels right about that. The warm sensation running down is wonderful. Or delightful, I mean. Okay.
Wow.
Then we have an interview. Decide who you want to do. I'm letting a cat into my room. Come on. Ah.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Who do you want?
I guess I'll be the researcher.
Alright. Interviewed, SCP-214. Interviewer, researcher redacted. Forward. Initial interview to ascertain the origin of SCP-214. Begin log.
I'd like you to tell me again about what happened at the library.
Library. Home sweet home. Have you been to the periodicals section? Such a lovely place, glittering with the dewy webs of knowledge strewn across the indexes.
Home? Do you mean like a metaphysical home, or do you actually plan to live there? We show your address of record as redacted.
I really like the researcher who's hearing some guy talk nonsense and they're like, "That isn't your house. Your house is in like New Jersey."
I have your address. It's right here.
Yeah. And- all right.
You lost? Do you want to run home?
I've always been there. I'm still there. Home is where the library is, after all. And this is my home now, isn't it? So this is the library now. I'll be a fine one too. Or it'll be a fine one too, once I get everything organized.
What do you remember of before the library? Do you
He's apparently reconnecting. Hello?
Oh, there it goes.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not on stream. Okay, now it's back, I think. Okay.
It's showing back on my end. Apologies for that.
Fantastic.
Internet issues.
Just take it from your last read, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Oh, my name is SCP-214, isn't it? Filed and stored away with so many other texts. I greatly admire your work. You hold so many beautiful things here.
That's your designation? Yes. Do you remember what it was?
Designation. A distinguishing name. Yes, I know it. Do you remember what yours is?
Of course, it's redacted, but I'm not the one answering the questions here. Apparently I am. Do you remember what happened at the library between when you arrived and you were found?
Are you sure? Because you told me it was Alicia before. Sometimes people lose themselves, and I wouldn't want that to happen to you. It's for your own good that you know yourself. What happened? What always happens in a library. Knowledge was exchanged.
Alicia? What? No, you're attempting to change the subject. What knowledges were exchanged in the library? With whom? Reports suggested redacted people inside engaging in some kind of synchronized ritual, but when we showed up you were the only one there. What happened to the rest of the people, 214?
I already told you. Knowledge was exchanged. Everything is information to be stored and sorted. Compressed, if need be.
Stored where? There were no traces of any other individuals inside that building when the recovery team arrived, but you were covered in the unknown sample.
Oh, Alicia. You do have such a limited view of things here. You asked the wrong questions. You already know where. They're in the library. They never left.
My name isn't... We did a thorough search of the library. You were the only one inside. We didn't even pick up DNA traces. Someone or something had swept it clean. Tell me what happened in the library. What happened to those 17 people, 214?
You keep confusing the map for the territory, Alicia. It is a bad habit. They've been indexed in the library, stored, numbered, and sorted.
You don't mean the building, do you? When you talk about the library?
You do good work here. We work at complementary purposes to secure, protect, and contain. To organize, quantify, and enlighten. You are so bright, Alicia. Just a few more steps now.
Can you show me the library?
Of course I can. End log. Closing statement. Researcher redacted was found after the interview inside SCP-214's enclosure, leaking silvery fluid from redacted.
Dumbass.
I think that's just part of the compulsory effect, though. I don't think she was like.
Oh,
that.
right, there was a compulsory effect. I wasn't here for that, so
I think
okay.
something like that. I don't know.
Are you sure?
A lot of stuff here about mental evaluations after interactions with the creature.
I'm not sure if it had a compulsory element listed there, though. What little I saw.
Yeah, but to be fair, the Tumblr didn't mention one either. Just said don't smell it.
Sneeze.
Do you want to take this one over?
Sure, give me a sec. Item number, SCP-215, Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. One moment. Okay, for real this time. Special containment procedures. SCP-215 presents no threat unless warned, and so shall be kept in Dr. Namdi's office until studies are concluded. SCP-215 is to be kept in its case when not in use, so as to prevent scratches to lenses. Description. SCP-215 is a pair of prescription glasses designated to correct myopic vision. When worn, SCP-215 induces a belief in the wearer that inanimate objects are sentient and capable of communication with the wearer. The severity of this delusion varies from wearer to wearer, but generally strengthens over time if SCP-215 is worn regularly, and in the worst cases manifests as a severe case of obsessive-compulsive disorder, accumulating an irrational fear of all machines. Yeah. There is no definite safe amount of time to wear SCP-215. While the onset of delusions greatly takes after at least 24 hours, a great deal depends on the psychological disposition of the wearer before SCP-215 is put on, and persons who have already have some varieties of obsessive-compulsive synesthetic or technophiliac disorders have been known to begin suffering SCP-215's effects less than an hour after donning it. Removing SCP-215 does not remove the delusion, although normal methods of therapy have been proven to be effective in less severe cases so long as SCP-215 is not put on again. A full recovery can turn to a full relapse in less than a day by the return of SCP-215. By the end of the second week, wearers tend to violently resist any attempt to separate them from SCP-215. Case study. I'm gonna kill whoever listed that D-class name.
I don't even know if that's a...
Case study 215-99983-D. 99983-D, henceforth known as 99 because fuck you people, displayed a typical progression of SCP-215 related symptoms. The subject had no record of mental illness before the commencement of the test. Week 1, Day 1. 99D is given a temporary position as a research assistant to Dr. Namdi and is issued SCP-215 to replace a pair of his own spectacles that were broken by Foundation personnel. I have to assume they just, sent someone in to go step on his glasses. Subject complained that SCP-215 didn't match his old prescription and stated that he was suffering from blurry vision and headaches by the end of the day. Yeah. Week 1, Day 3. Subject stopped complaining of blurred vision and began referring to SCP-215 as Steve. Subject stated that Steve and I get along alright. It's not exactly a match made in heaven, but we get by. Subject did not assign names or personalities to any objects besides SCP-215. Week 1, Day 6. Subject began to assign personalities to complex electrical and mechanical devices that he regularly interacted with, including the computer that he logged data entries in, the break room coffee machine, refrigerator machine, microwave, and a PDA he was issued by Dr. Namdi. Most interactions involved complaining about the general all-cooperative behavior of these devices. God
you did
damn
miss
it.
a good one, Weefit, and yeah, I had a feeling you'd fallen asleep.
Week 2, Day 1. Subject began having prolonged conversations with the aforementioned mechanical and electrical devices, giving all of them names and sometimes speaking of them in personal terms with other Foundation personnel. Almost always to the effect that the devices were somehow antagonistic. Subject responded that while he could not hear the machines speaking, their body language was very clear. Week 2, Day 5. Subject began assigning...
I didn't say anything.
Okay. Week 2, Day 5. Subject began assigning personal qualities to less complex object in his work environment, starting with his office supplies. Week 2, Day 7. Subject began minimizing interactions with living people and talking almost constantly to his inanimate companions. Discussions with staff psychologists indicate a sophisticated web of relationships between 99D and the objects. Week 3, Day 3. Subject had a violent altercation with the break room microwave as the burrito came out of it underdone. Subject reportedly cursed and shouted at the machine before attempting to destroy it with a break room chair. Subject was restrained and subdued, and later apologized for his behavior to the microwave and the chair. Okay, good.
I like this one. I like this one.
This is...
And the chair. I imagine him doing like that little like fucking Japanese bow, like sorry.
I'm sorry.
Hey, sorry, I should have done that.
Do you have anything to say to chairs? I'm sorry, chairs. Week 3, Day 6. Subject began personifying set pieces in his environment, referring to floor tiles and ceiling lights as people. Subject would stop to thank each and every object he interacted with, including each individual floor tile, for permitting him to use it. Oh boy, okay. Week 4, Day 2. Subject began displaying signs of stress when asked to interact with any complex electrical or mechanical appliance, claiming that the machines had become hostile and threatening. Mechanical failures or faulty performances by any machine in 99D's presence were interpreted as signs of impending rebellion. Week 4, Day 3. Subject refused to come into work. His BDA had been smashed. 99D claimed it was an act of self-defense. After being coerced into coming into the office, the subject began screaming and other signs of acute distress at the sight of his computer, which was turned off at the time. He attempted to force his way past the security guards at the door and had to be sedated. Week 4, Day 5. A subject destroyed his table lamp, alarm clock, watch, and ceiling fan. Afterwards, he refused to come out of his room. When Foundation personnel forced their way into his cell, they found him dead, with severe burns on his hands and arms. He is presumed to have been fatally electrocuted while attempting to disable an electrical outlet in the room.
Oh my god.
Addendum. I have been asked many times now if SCP-215 enables the wearer to actually interact with machines in any meaningful way differently from how normal people do it. And I'm pretty confident the answer is no. I've done every test I can think of, and all the evidence I have seen suggests that the living machines only exist in the wearer's heads. There are things in this Foundation that can make what you believe real, but this isn't one of them. That's really fun.
Yeah, I like
It's
that
simple,
one too.
but it's also terrifying in concept.
Yeah.
Just the sheer psychosis.
I'm sorry, chair.
By Suki.
Oh my god.
Alright. Oh, hey, audio. No, bad. No, bad. Down.
No. Alright.
You fucking rat.
Maybe this will be last one for today, I think.
Okay.
It cuts it pretty short, but at the same time, I'm fucking tired. I feel like
Sleepy
it's fair
bitch.
to have the SCP reading streams be a little shorter than others because it is just non-stop constant reading.
I think you're just lazy.
Okay.
The New Year's made you a bitch.
Can you please
Anyways.
go read mine before you guys go? Yeah, we could read yours real quick. I was waiting for
Yeah,
you
okay.
to actually
Well, how
read
long is
yours.
it?
That's fair.
How
is
long
it?
is it?
We could just do this one next time if it is long.
Yeah, alright. Go take a look at his.
Yeah, copy.
I think it's only fair.
And I will say, please do still use the like point redeem thing. The whole reason I made it cheap is so that you can freely use it whenever to just be like, hey, I'm here. Can you read my SCP?
Like, the suggestions page is
Yeah.
nice, but it's not going to guarantee we read one.
Yeah.
Especially once we get into, like, really deep into this.
Like what? God damn it, Bridge. I wish I could ban you specifically from doing that. You can't use any redeem in the browser? Why not? You should be able to. Oh well. Item number SCP-1342. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-1342 is to be stored at Site 15. SCP-1342-1 is to be kept within a Faraday cage measuring 15 meter by 15 meter by 20 meters to prevent transmission of telemetry and other data regarding SCP-1342. SCP-1342-2 is to be stored in a standard electronic components locker. One decoded copy of SCP-1342-2 is to be contained in a separate locker. In addition, monitoring of Goliath 445 by radio telescope is to be conducted as SCP-1342-3 is unlikely to be containable in the near future. Project Heimdall is to continue on its contingency planning operation. Description: SCP-1342-1 is a replica of Voyager 1. Exact replication of the original probe extends to sensor packages and apparent chemical composition. However, some components appear to have been deconstructed based on incomplete plans or parts. As a result, several components were non-functional upon recovery. SCP-1342-1 was initially detected on 2509-1982, approximately 35 kilometers above the Earth's surface, traveling at a suborbital velocity. Foundation agents recovered SCP-1342-1 on 2709-1982. After SCP-1342-1 underwent an uncontrollable atmospheric entry and splashdown 300 kilometers east of Baker Island's Pacific Ocean, SCP-1342-1's detection was possible due to a large burst of Cherenkov radiation that occurred upon its appearance. It is currently unknown how SCP-1342-1 remained intact during its descent, despite appearing to have similar chemical composition to the original Voyager. SCP-1342-2 is a gold-plated phonographic record with specifications matching the golden records carried on the Voyager probes. Instructions for playing and decoding remain original, however the pulsar map has been altered to show the star Gliese 445 as the origin of SCP-1342. When decoded, SCP-1342-2 contains a variety of cultural and scientific data in the form of images and audio. Approximately 2 hours of audio recordings are present, consistent of various forms of music and a tonal buzzing. Part of the music appears to be an excerpt of Cavatina from the String Quartet No. 13 in B-flat, Opus 130 by Beethoven. The encoded images vary greatly in content, but all contain physical or chemical information on the subject. Example, size, mass, and orbital period of the planet. And a string of pictorial characters. A radially symmetric organism, referred to as SCP-1342-3, is shown in various stages of development. Fully grown, the organism is approximately 2 meters tall and has 3 legs and 3 elongated arms, with each having 3 fingers, positioned around a central axis on a roughly cylindrical torso. 3 snout-like protrusions exist in place of a head, each ending in a beak. 82% of the encoded images show SCP-1342-3 in a wide variety of presumed cultural settings. Scenes identified include agriculture, manufacturing, urban crowds, and the playing of music on a string and bow instrument. Images of a number of celestial bodies are also included, such as a Venusian-type world with high atmospheric pressure and a star-matching Gliese 445 stellar spectra. One planet shown has a partially Earth-like surface consisting of approximately 60% liquid water, 4% urbanization and plant life, and 36% apparent desert and wasteland. The planet has larger than expected storms and ice caps than would be suggested by physical quantities supplied by SCP-1342-2, and appears to be undergoing massive ecological collapse. An outline of a specimen of SCP-1342-3 is shown next to its planet. This planet is shown to have extensive orbital infrastructure, not limited to spacecraft, manufacturing facilities, captured or asteroid mining operations, and space elevators grounded near urbanized and wasteland areas. All of these images show the structures to be in erect or neglected state. The final encoded image shows a vessel heading towards an extremely damaged tourist-style space station with a 2-kilometer diameter aperture at its center. Documents 1 through 56. The following message was encoded on SCP-1342-2 in 55 different languages, matching the 55 in which audio greetings were sent on the original Voyager, and is consistent in all. The 56th document is entirely composed of pictorial strings. There's an audio log, but I presume it's just them reading this out.
This Voyager spacecraft was built in...
Yeah, it is. What do we think? Do we let this read it, or do we read it? I assume we read it, right?
We should probably read it.
Yeah. Alright, I'll take
Oh.
this, and then you can read the SCP we were gonna do. Does that sound fair? And then we call it. No? Okay, that's fair. You want to take this one then?
I said all right, but
Okay, cool. You can take this one then.
okay, cool. This Voyager spacecraft was built in the year 42,412 AD by the species you come to refer to as the Glissian. We are a community of 300,000 beings inhabiting Gliss 445C. This is our message to your world. Ever since we discovered radio, we have lived in your shadow. Decades were spent unraveling your signals, searching for answers among the tenuous strands of reason. Through the static and the chaos, we found you. From your small, distant world, we found your image, your music, your thoughts, your feelings, and your indomitable science. We communicated with your world governments, who kept our existence secret from you. To prevent a culture shock with their own populace, or to reduce your impact upon our species, it did not matter to us. We could touch the mind of another, and we know we are not alone. We learned from you. The scientific revolution following our meeting was miraculous. We lived beyond our natural years, and we lived well. Humans uplifted us into an Elysian state, but we could never thank you. From our faraway place, we quietly deciphered your secrets, and over time our technology became your equal.
Hold on. There's an ad break. Give it like 20 seconds. I didn't realize it was coming on.
Okay,
so far,
Daddy.
I really like this though.
Yeah, no, this is cute.
Yeah.
Alright, say when.
3, 2, 1. Should be over now.
Together we went, advancing our mastery of the universe. We shared our technology with your leaders in secret, to try and repay you for all you do. For all you will do. In time came the gates. At a great expense of energy, we could obtain limitless velocity. With time dilation preserved, we could fly to the universe's birth and its death. The entirety of creation was within our mutual grasp. However, that would not be. Before we emerged, the people who live on your planet crippled us. From the sky above, in bright blue flashes, our lives were ended. We do not know their reasons, nor do we know why their hands were stayed enough to forestall our extinction. But now we live on a dying world. Our children are sick. Our water is polluted. We cannot maintain our technology. We will not go on. To save ourselves, we could have tried to destroy you. It cannot be denied that is how some of us felt we should act. We could still hear your world, unknowing, uncaring. With what little power we had left, relativistic destruction could reduce your planet to ashes as it was forming. It is a shame, but we came so close. We hope you understand why we thought what we did. But maybe, if we could change what happens, if we could destroy you, then you could save us. From the stars came Voyager, your gift. In sending your message, filled with your music and your joy, you showed such touching desperation to find another. We fell in love all over again. We had but one chance to put things right. I do not know if you can save us. I do not know if you can change who you one day may be. You say you are trying to survive through your time, so that you may live on into mine. I really hope that you do. That you do. But above all else, there is one thing you need to know. From one maker of music to another, across all worlds, times, no matter what you do or what you become, you are nothing less than beautiful.
I liked it. I liked this one.
That's
It was
nice.
really good. Yeah.
I liked it.
It didn't have me at first because there was a lot of just jargon about like, oh yeah, it's space. It's
Oh god,
satellite,
what if Voyager's looking
the
at
Voyager,
going
it
and getting
just
in
flashed
space?
down
No,
and
this is
then-
cool.
Yeah, I liked it once it turned into. Once we got to like 3, I got interested. But that's
I
because
I
like
personally
these other things
wasn't
were
g-
like it's literally just the spacecraft. They're like the literally just there are images
Like
on it.
I liked the idea of it being like a parallel to us, but the logger really sold it. The idea
Yeah.
that they surpassed us and then got fucking bombarded from orbit to prevent, I don't know, some sort of weird paradox, I
This
guess.
brings up another question about what's actually anomalous here. All it really mentions is that it's another scientifically advanced race.
I
That is
think
all.
the object itself might only be anomalous to like our current tech. Maybe it's one of those situations where
We
it's
don't
in the future it would be
understand the
labeled
way it
explained.
got here, so they just put it on the SCP list. I feel like
The way it got here and maybe how it works, because like some of it's pretty similar, yeah, but there's also other things that aren't explainable, right?
the only thing that really this thing was like teleported into our atmosphere through the technology that the gates, or so they called it, is what I believe is implied.
Okay. I guess, yeah, I guess this is the only reason it's not like a explained class is just because we don't know how the fuck it got here. Well,
Yeah.
fully.
We don't understand
this-
the technology that got it here. We know where it came from and how it got here,
But no, this is good.
yeah.
This is very good.
I do like the
Alright.
idea of seeing how an alien race would respond to the Voyagers. Or the Voyager
Yeah.
satellite, whatever.
Okay, read
The
216.
comment on YouTube from which you found this SB said that they sent this from the future, so maybe that's anomalous. I mean, I
That
didn't pay too
checks
much
out.
attention to the dates, so that might be
Well, no, it didn't
possible.
give a date, but the implication is that they were behind our technology. Then they later surpassed it.
like here, like the manifestation date
No.
might be different somewhere
No, you
else.
fucking clown. In the like thing that I was reading, they were talking about how our future could theoretically be altered so that we wouldn't also end up destroyed like them. Or rather, they
Yeah.
were hoping for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Cool. I liked it. It was good. I like how my YouTube has very quickly figured out that Saturday is the day where I listen to ambient music. For
it's
no
your futurism,
reason.
you rat.
Honestly, I feel like it is fair to call it on that one, but do we want to do one
That's
more anyway? Or...
Up to you. I don't care either way.
I'm breezing over this one, and I'm thinking we just call it there and pick this one up next
No,
episode.
I was gonna say
That's
I
a
don't
lot of apple
particularly-
seeds.
I don't particularly feel like reading the word 5,500,000,000 like 70 times in a row.
Yeah.
I'm gonna murder someone.
Or-
Do we want to get this out of the way so we don't start off with 51 apple seeds, 22 apple seeds?
Sure, let's get it out of the way. Alright.
Like maybe this is cool, but this seems like a lot of redundant reading. I could take over at that part. If
I
you
will
wish.
very likely shorten these. I feel like that is something like absolutely necessary to the reading of SCPs. Is like anything around 5 digits needs to be shortened down to like 2 digits.
I
Just
could
do
read out the long.
just do 724.
Yeah. Like
If you want, I could just read out in monotone the longer strings of numbers if you wish.
that could be funny. 5,500,000,000 cigarettes.
6692724, and then you just keep reading.
Item number SCP-216. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-216 currently resides in Laboratory 5. Access requires Level 2 clearance. Insertion of recording devices into SCP-216 is prohibited without O5 approval. Description. SCP-216 is a 35-centimeter high-iron safe with multiple dial combination lock. The lock has 7 dials each with numbers ranging from 0 to 9. The combination cannot be changed while the door is open. The weight of the device appears to fluctuate in an obtuse manner. See document 88-B. One moment. I really should get like a doggy door for the cats at this rate. But the door of SCP-216 can always be opened, but the accessible interior space appears to change depending on the currently entered combination. Objects placed inside SCP-216 may be accessed by re-entering the combination that was configured when the object was inserted. Objects retrieved from SCP-216 appear to be undamaged by the device. It is speculated that every possible lock combination results in a different interior and that there are approximately 4 million available compartments. It is unknown how many objects currently reside inside SCP-216. An engraving found on the bottom of the safe reads 3/4. It has been hypothesized that the compartments of SCP-216 are shared with 3 other devices of a similar nature. This hypothesis is consistent with the findings reported in Document 88-B. They are cats. You should get them a cat lock. Duh. I don't think that works. I don't think that makes sense.
No, it's unrelated to the doggy door suggestion.
Yeah. Document 88-A. Dr. Redacted Initial Test Log. Combination lock set to
6692724.
and door open. Compartment appears empty. 1 notebook and pencil placed inside door and closed. Combination lock set to
6692725.
and door open. Compartment appears empty. Combination lock reset to
6692724.
and door open. Notebook and pencil retrieved from compartment. Note: SCP-216 appears to be a very efficient storage solution. Dr. Redacted.
I'm not reading the kilograms, to be clear.
Document 88-B. Dr. Redacted Test Log. Testing the effect of inserted items on the SCP's total mass. Total mass of unit for inserting item 935.877 kilograms. Notebook and pencil. Total mass 350 grams. Inserted into SCP-216 and door closed. Total mass of unit after inserting item 935.965. So it went down slightly. I think.
No. Keep reading.
No, okay, no. I missed this. I was like, oh, it went from 77 to like 75. No, okay.
No.
I missed it. Expected mass 936 kilograms. Blah blah blah. It's fucking. It gets a little heavier. I'm not reading all these kilograms.
It only takes on 25% of the mass.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Testing shows that SCP-216 takes on approximately 25% of the mass of its contents, suggesting the mass is distributed evenly between SCP-216 and 3 other hypothesized devices.
Neat.
Document 122-A, Dr. Redacted Test Log. Compartments.
I don't know if I really need to read that one, man.
Yeah, you do.
All right. 000000000000206. Bitch.
Thank you. Okay. From now on, I think we should skip over the numbers.
For the
or abbreviate.
we can read the number. I'll read the numbers if they're like not just a 409.
Yeah. Check for contents. Compartment 0000 found to contain traces of sawdust. Compartments 1 through 206 found to be empty. Further testing arranged. Do they really just start going through?
Yeah, they kind of have to after a
There
point.
could be some crazy shit in here, maybe.
Yeah, they could be. Imagine if they find another one of those fancy fuck-off pistols from Red Sea Object.
Alright. Document 152-D, Dr. Redacted Test Log. Compartments 332 to 398. Each compartment had a body part from Redacted, a 28-year-old female who had been reported missing on Redacted. Contents removed for identification and then incinerated. Liver, spleen, and lungs not recovered. Document 159-B, Dr. Redacted Test Log. Compartment 409. A live Wolverine, adult male with a mass of 30 kilograms. Upon the door being opened, it attacked and killed Dr. Redacted and mutilated 2 nearby D-Class personnel before being shot 5 times by guards. Autopsy of the Wolverine revealed no anomaly. This is really funny.
You just open a fucking gun safe and a Wolverine jumps
It's
out.
really funny imagining that, like, before this, it was just, like, almost, like, completely uneventful for, like, 200, like, doors. Just absolutely nothing.
408 combinations. I imagine they were like rapid firing at that by that point. Like they had like maybe one person ready with a bat, and then the doctor opening it gets fucking mauled.
I imagine the scientist over in the corner clipboard, like, has this list, checking off, like, nothing, like, for, like, 2 hours straight as they open door after door after door. And then, like, finally we get to this one, opens the door, and just... It's so vivid in my head.
It really is.
God, working at the SCP Foundation is crazy.
Man, I can't have shit.
Alright. Autopsy of the Wolverine revealed no anomalies. Subsequent examination of compartment 409 has revealed it now contains only loose Wolverine hair with residual traces of Wolverine urine and Wolverine anal musk. Document 160-A, Dr. Redacted Test Log. Compartment 456. A fully loaded Glock 19 handgun with a round in the chamber and one regular flavor Klondike bar ice cream dessert. The ice cream bar was not melted, cold to the touch, and remained so long as it was in so long as it was in the compartment. It was removed for inspection and began to melt within 2 minutes. It was placed back in the compartment. The door closed for 3 hours and then reopened. The ice cream bar was in the same slightly melted state as when it was placed back in 3 hours prior. The ice cream bar was removed, placed in a freezer in the nearby second floor cafeteria for 1 hour. After 1 hour, it was placed back in the compartment with the handgun and the door closed.
Yes, just whoever's looking for that fucking thing.
Wolverine what? I don't want to say it again. You know what it is.
Smell bad.
Smell bad juice. The skunk gas. Document 161-A, Dr. Redacted Test Log. Chamber 501. Confirmed to be empty. Had one standard Foundation GPS unit placed inside it. When the chamber was sealed, GPS failed. Data from the unit upon retrieval showed that the satellite was unable to confirm source location during this time. They should just leave that in there.
Yeah.
Because then if anyone else opens it to... Or they should put one in 00000, because that's, like, obviously one of the easiest combinations to check. Then what happens if somebody opens that? The GPS is there. The signal gets grabbed. They know where that vault is.
True.
Like, that's actually really interesting, but they don't really say that here. Anyway. Document 174-B, Dr. King Test Log. I'm not reading all of the chamber names. There were a lot of chambers that had apple seeds in them. And chamber 1.
It was a funny bit, but also, that's a lot of numbers. Too bad I'm not reading them.
Yeah. 1 heavily decomposed apple. Why did they test all these numbers? And 2, why were there just a bunch of apple seeds in them?
Does Dr. King like apples or something? What the fuck?
There's probably something more there. I can't imagine the numbers are just truly random.
Embodiment of Johnny Appleseed.
I guess. I'm not even gonna try to piece it together. Document 152-E, Dr. Redacted Test Log. On 0416 Redacted, all previously checked compartments were opened with the intention of confirming contents. When compartments 332 to 398 were opened, individual body parts were found corresponding to an unknown male, arranged in the same order as found in experiment 152-D, including the liver, spleen, and lungs. All previous traces of tissue from experiment 152-D had not been cleaned were found to have been sterilized from these compartments. Pursuant to request for 05 directive, body parts were placed back into their compartments. Containment procedures currently under review. They just love apples or really hate them.
Yeah.
Document 162-A. Dr. Redacted test log. Testing performed by Dr. Redacted. One digital video camcorder was set to record and placed in compartment 55, whatever the fuck. Oriented so as to face outwards towards the door. The door was closed and compartment was closed. Other compartment opened. Compartment was found to be empty. Doors closed. Original compartment opened and the video camcorder was retrieved. Upon viewing the recorded footage, Dr. Redacted suffered from a transient ischemic attack. The recorded footage shows Dr. Redacted placing the video camera inside the safe and closing the door. No time passes before the door is reopened and the video camera is retrieved from the safe. This is inconsistent with the scene reported by Dr. Redacted. No audible sound is present on the recorded footage. A subsequent analysis of the video camera revealed that several internal components of the camera had been fractured. Oh, that's weird.
Huh.
Document 162-B, redacted. Document 162-D. Dr. Redacted test log. One tape recorder was placed inside compartment 55 blah 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 and the door closed. Several other compartments were opened and closed before returning to the same compartment and retrieving the tape recorder. The following file has been reported to cause disorientation, nausea, sweating, a sense of overwhelming despair, abdominal pains, panic attacks, migraines, and strokes. This file should only be listened to in a secure environment. Do not drive or operate heavy machinery for up to 24 hours after listening to this file. Refrain from making quick eye movements while listening to this file.
Yeah.
Sorry, fucking like the like early movie sci-fi sounds really got me. Oh god, chat. I'm making quick eye movements. I'm really glad that's one of our first, like, audio files. Like, I think the only other one was, like, 49 for the Plague Doctor. It's the only other
My
one
eyes
I can
hurt.
think of. The aliens
My eyes
from...
hurt. I'm gonna go drive a car.
This is the type of music the aliens from the previous SCP would make. They sent this back on the Voyager. Oh my god.
That's the B side of the disc.
Sorry chat, we need to do one more, we're almost there. Why is this moment like so replayed? Why?
Don't worry about it, it's fine.
Oh well. I think we made some decent progress today.
Alright, get me off this fucking page.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's the name of the one that WeFit suggested? Like the meta name?
Yeah, fuck. Oh, I still have it copy pasted.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can actually get there from here. I don't think I can.
Okay, how far would he be?
It would be like a third of the way through here. Will it show it as already interacted with? No, because I haven't clicked the link.
342 was it?
1, 3, 4, 2.
To the makers of music. Down.
Okay, that's probably it then.
Neat.
I don't even focus. Lucy the kitten.
Beeline espionage device. Fed.
Alright, well, that'll be it for today's SCP reading. Oh.
Whoopa.
Yeah, goodbye. Wait a minute.
Ah!
Alright. Goodbye, chat. I hit the stop button and nothing happened.